Hey, check this out, man. That is on the cusp of winning a football game. Let me get you right out here to this game that I've been watching. Valley is about to win. This one, no, that's a state game. No, this is
meal was neck bones,
Jackson
white
State
rice, collard greens, and
is
mac and cheese. He said his mom knows
starting to turn it on.
and when
But
you have
Valley
a big
is
game like
about
this,
to win a damn
mom's
football
got to
game.
make sure he makes it for him when he gets home.
Yeah, that meal should be waiting on him, man. He's had a big game on a big time stage against
You heard me.
the Rattlers.
Valley is one first down away of winning
come out
the 23
up,
ending the
Again,
23
tonight,
home game win streak for FAMU.
Players and guys
This is breaking news in the Swac.
Hopefully,
Valley is one first down away.
About him throughout the game and at the end of the game, and he definitely showed out. He did his part.
Nigerian Williams gets the first down, and that should get the job done for Mississippi Valley State. What a moment.
What the hell I tell y'all? Valley was going to beat somebody.
As there is an injured player.
I'm in shock and awe.
Florida A&M, but this gives us a chance to really continue sharing our condolences and what this moment really means for Mississippi Valley
shock
State.
And awe.
Last week played a game just moments after finding out about what happened.
Has ended FAMU's 23 home game winning streak.
You talked about it. The coaches talked
about Mississippi
it.
Valley,
to take
the Delta Devils.
For him. One of the players came out in his number during the coin toss. And they have really played at such a high level today.
Wow.
Yeah, those are the moments that, you rally together.
Is this?
You've been
I'm going crazy right now.
You lost a brother, lost a team.
The Delta Devils
and
has not won a game all season.
Relentless. Nothing.
The same Valley that has not won a conference game all season goes into brag.
Yeah, this was on Thursday. Quinny, who
had a 23 home game winning streak.
Accident last Friday.
Valley,
on Thursday.
Mississippi Valley, the Delta Devils
had a memorial service for him. He was laid to rest.
Can you believe
his hometown? And this Delta Devils team made
only an inner beat.
Just a moment that takes your breath away when you really think about it. And they are moments away from their first win of the season. Coming off the field for Florida A&M is Cameron Donald, the defensive lineman.
This is not a glitch.
With no timeout.
24-21, no timeout.
Mississippi Valley State.
Valley has the ball.
Is kneel on
23 game home winning streak is on the line.
Winning streak of Florida A&M at home.
It's over.
You say this is why you play the game. This is why you play the game. Come out here and let the guys compete.
Victory formation for Valley.
This is a gutsy performance by Mississippi Valley State, as you just mentioned, James. Just
can you see it?
The past week, but a gutsy performance coming into a tough, hostile environment. Very good team, winless in the conference, winless on the year, but to be able to notch their first victory against this Rattlers team and silence the crowd, and it's a big time win. I'm happy for these young men.
Yeah, Florida A&M had their chances.
I said Valley was going to beat somebody.
Fumbles inside the 20
I kept telling you all season.
Field goal early.
I did not have a win in this game, but I said Valley was going to beat somebody. And Valley is beating some damn body. Oh, man.
Nigerian Williams goes under center, kneels the ball. And so we'll have to 3 more times. We look to next week. Mississippi Valley State will play Alabama A&M, and
the Delta
Florida A&M, their chances of repeating
is over.
Champion here today. Coach Colsey shared with us that we have to win if we want to keep things going and they are not going to be able to do that today.
Please
But
like the
the
stream.
head
We're
coach,
going to go to other games
Hendrick
after
Williams
this. I have to
of
see
Mississippi
Valley
State
win their damn
wanted
first
to change
game.
the culture
I will
of
go
the
to the
Delta
Jackson
Devils,
State game,
saying
the
that we needed to seize the
Prairie View
moment
and
today. First time
Allcorn game.
they
Look at this.
Mississippi Valley State gets the job done.
You see that?
In a
You see it, damn it. Valley beat somebody. Valley beat somebody.
From Bragg Memorial Stadium, Delta Devils 24,
Give him 2 showers.
Florida A&M 21, and Mississippi
The
Valley
home game
State
winning
down
streak
the
is
reigning
over.
Swac champions. And as you said,
Go ahead,
riot
goddamn Valley.
this crowd.
Yeah, man, it's tough. It's tough, you know, if you're a Rattler player or a Rattler fan, like you said, you still had a lot to play for, but again, it was just a lot of mistakes.
I cannot.
Special team wise, it just wasn't a game that
They've done something that nobody else in the SWAC has done. They went into Bragg and beat FAMU in Bragg. You can't break differently this
and
time.
Mississippi.
I told y'all Valley was going to beat somebody.
We look at some of these final numbers. Nathan Rembert is going to finish with 7 receptions, 130 yards, and a touchdown. Tijerian Williams, the sophomore quarterback.
I'm sorry, I just gotta let this sit here for a little bit.
Really becoming a leader.
Valley beat somebody.
He finishes with 2 passing touchdowns.
Valley beat the defending SWAC champs.
Almost out.
Ending their 23 home game winning streak.
And Richardson for Florida A&M finished with 259 yards and a passing touchdown of his own. Mississippi Valley State with a humongous win, trying to turn the tide of this team and overall. And now we go down to Nia Simone.
I'm here with Mississippi Valley State's player of the game, Nathan Rembert. 7 receptions, 130 yards, 1 TD in your home state. What emotions are you feeling right now?
All glory to God. I don't know. I could just give all glory to God. It's a blessing to be able to come home, put on a show in front of my mom, my sisters, my grandma, family, friends. We did this for Ryan, forever 31.
Now, it's been an emotional week for you all. You know, you said goodbye to your brother Quinny yesterday, laid him to rest today. I mean, this is very emotional for you guys to get your first game over Florida A&M. What was that like? What was the energy like with your team coming down here to Florida and playing for Ryan?
I mean, we've been saying it all week. You know, going into the funeral, you know, we gave our condolences, said our goodbyes to him. We just kept telling ourselves the rest of the season we're gonna play for Ryan, forever 31. It's our first program history win against FAMU. You know, it's big. It's a blessing. All glory to God.
Thank you so much, Nathan, and congratulations on the win.
Yes, man. Thank you. Go HBCU.
Thank you, Nathan. And again, you see,
you just seen that
for Ryan Quinney, Mississippi Valley State.
One time for their brother who they lost to the tragic accident.
And performing for Ryan.
Wow.
This afternoon. Not a lot of words that you can really share other than what a moment. And they're all holding up that number 31 in reverence to Ryan. We'll see them next week on HBCU Go as they look for win number 2. As those 2 teams playing for an opportunity to win their conference.
All right, you've seen it right there. Let's switch over to I'm trying to get it on the Alabama. Hold on, not Alabama. The Alcorn and Prairie View. The score is 19-7. Get this thing working. Yep, you see I'm rocking it. That's right. Let's go Valley. All right, this is the Allcorn and Prairie View game.
Like the Braves did earlier on that screen, right there, the Panthers read that play and then executed well on defense.
Trey Lawrence with 3 receivers to his right. He's looking the other way. Throws high, and it's intercepted by the Panthers. What a big play by Ahmad Robinson as he hauled in the interception, and that is exactly what the Panthers needed at that point in the ball game with 2:02 to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, I think you're going to.
Excuse me, second quarter.
And I think you're going to possibly see an extra 15 yards come on that. When the tackle happened, he got some face mask or some of that helmet.
19-7.
So
There's no foul on the play for a face
this
mask.
play here. Here you go, Butch.
Perfect
Take a look at it here.
Prairie View.
The interception, it just sailed on him, but right there at the very end of it, I don't think he got any. They can call that force.
Everybody want to clown Valley. Valley that won a damn game.
They picked it up.
Well, we couldn't really see. He may have had the back of the helmet. It was pretty hard to tell. So we got 2 seconds away from the 2-minute timeout here in the first half.
I think they picked up that flag, Butch, and I think that's a good job of picking that one up because at first I thought it was a face mask, but you can tell he didn't get a hand around that face mask.
So Panthers with excellent field position after that interception by Ahmad Robinson. They go to the run. And it's going to be Chase Bingman, and he's caught from behind and dropped, but that's a horse collar tackle. So you're going to get
15 yards on that one, brother.
Panthers.
Boys, tomorrow in Edwards, did you see how quick he read that play and just exploded through?
He's a football player.
Woo.
That's a football player.
Wow. That was just like a track meet start out of the gates with a gunfire. That was explosive.
Yeah, he's not their leading tackler for nothing. Stamarian Edwards, 6'0", 220 senior.
Foul. Face mask. Number 20. Offense. 15-yard penalty. Repeat. First down. The game is reached. The 2-minute time.
So after he makes that call there, it is time for the 2-minute timeout now. We'll be back with the final 1 minute and 55 seconds of the half. And it's 19-7. Allcorn out in front.
A Chewy order is en route for Monkey, who loves to climb. So
I don't think nobody had Valley winning today. I'm the only person that say Valley gonna beat somebody. Let me get myself off this thing. I forgot I was still on here. Oh, there we go. I think nobody in America had Valley winning this game. Even myself. Valley went into Bragg and defeated the mighty FAMU. What are they? Rattlers? Strike fast? Strike something? Valley winning them. That's true. Valley did play inspired today. Now, Valley had put up 24 points in the first half. That's the most points they put up the whole season. So I knew something was in the water. Now, FAMU was threatening to score with about 6-7 minutes left. And the center snapped the ball, and the ball went over Richardson's head, and Valley recovered the fumble. But FAMU could not stop Valley from running the ball. That's what did Valley in. They ate that clock up, and y'all seen the last few minutes of the game. But that was the deal. No, don't ever bet on Valley now. No. Don't do that now. You do not want to do that. Never bet on Valley. But this Allcorn Prairie View game, Alcorn had jumped out on them 13-3. And 13-0. And Prairie View's been scrapping back. The Jackson State is 7-3 at the half. Okay, the game back up. Stop talking.
Until halftime, And this whole first half has been a defensive struggle so far. But Prairie View has the ball now. They have 1:55 to try to see if they can get something on the board. They trail 19-7 in this ball game as they send two tight ends from right to left. And now the officials are going to come in and talk about it. There's a timeout called on the play by Allcorn State. So they're going to call a timeout. But Cedric Thomas wants to talk about things right here with Prairie View coming up with the football.
That's an interesting timeout because obviously you're coming out of a timeout.
Who calls a timeout coming out of a timeout?
They must have seen something exactly on that play, and they're like, look,
Lorman.
we know exactly what that is, guys. Right? And so they're alerting their defense, hey, this is what's coming at you if they run that again.
Yeah, and it must have been something that they thought maybe they could throw on, because you have a situation here where you have a first and like I said, maybe a trip to Houston to pick up that first down. I mean, it's like, 25 yards. So we will see. Panthers now back, ready to snap this one. They go back to the same motion they had the last time. Bring the big tight ends over.
He offside.
Turns, fakes the handoff. Johnson's going to throw it. Looking deep, and he's high, and he missed his man.
Man, wide open. How you missed it?
John Spiller, it appeared he was the receiver he was trying to get the
Look at
football to.
Oh, my
He had
goodness.
Spiller open, and he had Burns open to the inside. He had his choice there. Burns opened up right towards the end of that play, and he had the inside positioning for a long, long game.
Yeah, he had time to throw, got to survey the field, and just a little high with that pass. And it goes down as an incomplete pass. Now 2nd and long. Jaden Johnson looking to throw it again. Pumps. Now he pulls it down. Still has the football. Nice move.
Ooh.
How about that by Jaden Johnson? He turned that into something. Nice little shake and bake right there, and he got him away from a would-be tackler.
You're right. People don't really understand the start and stop ability of how an athlete can really turn it on and stop on a dime, and that's exactly what he did there. When he got 15 yards on that play, now puts him in a manageable third and 10. But that was some big-time yards there that he was able to gain.
Yeah, well, it's a manageable situation, and now they have an opportunity to pick up the first down where they didn't before. 3rd and 6 now for the Panthers. Johnson again in the pocket. Fires a strike. It's complete, and that's going to be the first down as he hit James Burns. And that should be, let's see where they mark it. That should be enough to move the sticks, and it is. So James Burns coming up with a big catch and a big 3rd down completion there to pick up the first down.
And just folks at home, if you don't realize, James Burns is just 5'9", 160 pounds. He is not a very big guy. Watch how hard he works when he gets the ball and how tough he is on impact.
So a big first down for the Panthers with 1:10 to go here in the first half. Johnson looking to throw, and then he's hit.
Got hit that time.
Jacques Dew was the first Allcorn player to get there. He comes up with the sack on Jaden Johnson.
First of the half.
So that was a big sack right there.
Yeah, when it collapses really quick on him. I mean, he had 2 targets on his right he was looking for, and as soon as he looked left, he saw it was coming and just decided he was going to run, and there was really no gap. And again, really
Southern is winning 14-6.
Gap integrity as they're closing that pocket down. They're not allowing
Coverage is winning 7-0
for him to run in. And again, that's just great discipline.
Jackson State is winning 7-3 at halftime.
Holding contained.
Yeah, they've been doing a great job with that.
And the game we watched, 19-7.
Both defenses are doing a good job getting in the backfield and pressuring the quarterback. And they've gotten to Johnson at least 3 times so far in this ball game by my count. And now it's going to be 2nd down coming up for the Panthers.
Like 5 sacks.
Yeah.
If you could,
2nd and
please,
15.
Johnson
has to scramble out of the pocket.
He gone. That's first
outside.
and more.
Flack comes in late, but what a great run by Johnson as he
that's
picks up
holding.
the first down. We're just going to have to see what that flag was all about now, but just a great
Southern wins today. They clinched the West. Jackson State wins today. They clinched the East.
Oh, look at that reaction, though. You know who that penalty's against from that reaction.
Holding. Offense. Number 69. 2-yard penalty. Repeat. 2nd down.
And holding is the call against the Panthers.
I don't care how good your offense is. I don't care how good your team is. You cannot constantly be going from behind.
Ezra Kelly, you are correct. We watched the end of the FAMU game.
All the time. Football is hard enough.
23
your
home game winning streak.
Three plays, much less by 20 and
Holt
25.
And
so they'll read you second down. This
Valley.
is second and very, very long.
That was over.
As Johnson puts 3 wide receivers to his right. Back in the pocket again. Throws it behind his tight end. That was Ethan John, but that pass was off the mark, and John tried to reach back, but he couldn't pull it in. So we got down now to 47 seconds to go here in the first half.
I think what Johnson saw, though, is he was trying to throw him open right to the inside. The defender was there, so he was trying to throw to that backside. It was just too hard for him to be able to stop his momentum and turn around and catch that ball. But I like what he was trying to do. You got a big tight end trying to stop himself and go back the other way. That's hard.
So 3rd and 25 now. They've had 3rd and long at least 3 times on this drive.
30-second timeout.
And now they're going to call a timeout on the field before they can get this one snapped and talk about it, because it's a big opportunity for the Panthers as they try to cut that lead down some. They trail 19-7.
Well, if you've got something in your bag, you're like, you know what? We've got those
really
2
think,
plays we've always talked about needing a big play.
Coach Maine is going to go down and beat
the Allcorn State Braves.
When they play that game,
series, 45 wins and only 16
we got
losses.
the
series started way back in
Florida Classic
1940. And
for 2 weeks.
last meeting,
Think Coach Maine will go down there and
it
beat
was 23-20. Prairie View won last year. So the Braves are coming back trying to get a measure of revenge from that loss last season.
Yeah, I love the history between these teams and how hard they battle and fight. And again, I think this is, like you mentioned, it's a big play, and really you want to close this thing out. Certainly you'd love to keep the first down, at the very least, just to make sure the Braves don't get the offense.
I'm ready for Christmas now after that one-on-one performance we just saw by that young lady in the stands. I mean, she's given Mariah Carey all she wanted and more. So here we go, 3rd and 25 coming up now for Johnson. He's going to crank it way down.
Crank that soldier boy.
Direction.
He wide open.
Went to the inside. He threw it to the outside. It's just going to go.
He was wide open on the inside. Crank that soldier boy.
We still have 39 seconds to go here in the half. So an opportunity now
Wrong way,
Allcorn
brother.
State to maybe put some more points on the board.
Yeah, and what I saw from Johnson right there, that was a long
Nice
throw.
run.
I mean, that tells you he has got a big-time gun. At the right moments, they may try to spring Burns wide open there and just let him run a streak and just say, let's go for it.
Yeah, there was a lot of coverage back there, but they weren't on the same page because the receiver broke it off to the inside, and he threw that one to the outside. So Efren Hasso will kick it away. That
it's
time he had the
Thanksgiving
block
weekend.
on.
Okay.
Didn't get the ball. Hasso goes down, but he was not hit on the play, and it's going to be out of bounds. So a good kick there. He tried to draw maybe a running into the kicker, but the referee wasn't buying that.
I think it was closer than it was, because, I mean, I don't know if his foot came down before he got hit and run into, but we'll see what the Braves have in store for this last, 29 seconds.
Yeah, and if you're just joining us, of course, the quarterback for the Allcorn State Braves, Xavier Vaughn, he left the game with an injury, and we'll see who'll come back out at quarterback now. And once again, it's Trey Lawrence again, and we have not seen Xavier Vaughn since he went down earlier in the quarter. But Trey Lawrence has come on, and he's played a good ball game. I mean, he threw a touchdown pass, and right now it looks like Alcorn is going to be content to let the clock run out in the first half, the final 19 seconds ticking away. And what a first half it was for Alcorn, as they're going to take a 19-7 lead to the locker room.
Yeah, and again, we talked about it several times in this first half. Defense has been the majority of both sides. Both defenses have done a great job. And again, the Braves have had good field position. They've capitalized, and that's the difference in this game.
That'll do it for the first half with the Braves from Allcorn State 19 and the Panthers from Prairie View A&M 7. We'll be back with our halftime activities in just a minute.
Right, it's at halftime.
A Chewy order is en route for Monkey, who loves.
And hey, with it being halftime, if you have a second or two, go ahead on and hit that like button. we're gonna be watching the rest of the games, trying to see if Jackson State or Southern can clinch today. If not, Alcorn and Jackson State, that's gonna be one hell of a game in Lorman if Jackson State don't clinch today. Southern, they should, but hey, Southern is gonna do Southern stuff. Now, I think the other game, let me see which other game is on besides the Jackson State game. What am I? Oh. Oh, that's it. Jackson State and Prairie View. Allcorn and Alabama State. That's the only two games. And I know Jackson State is at halftime, if I'm not mistaken. I can try to flip over there and see. Yeah, Jackson State has been held to 19 rushing yards. Let me share the. You can watch this game while the other one is in halftime.
Oh, but man, that time of possession, it really seems like it's been even more than what it even presents on the screen for Alabama State.
Here's the skinny on this game. It feels like Alabama State dominated the first half, but they're losing on the scoreboard 7-3.
That little light-skinned dude talking.
You see the head coach of Alabama State, Henry Robinson Jr.
That dude is a Jackson State hater.
I've done this with you a couple of times now, Tally.
Not this guy talking.
Best guess of what he just told his team inside that locker room.
The other guy.
Well, I think they didn't play bad. They're doing
this guy talking right now. That's a Jackson State hater.
They would do. They're running the ball. They're running the ball effectively. You take away that one play where they give up that touchdown.
All right, SU was up 21-6.
This game.
Uh-oh. They about to get jiggy on Plank Road and Baton Rouge. Uh-oh.
And what they have done in this game, but they have to acknowledge that the Jackson State, about midway through that second quarter, was not the same Jackson State that they saw through the first quarter and a half. So they're going to have to up their intensity to match and start again to win those battles in the trenches that they started losing late in the second quarter.
Here's the kick by Gilliam. It's actually a sky kick that will be hauled in by Jackson State, and the returner knocked out of bounds around the 35-yard line, and things starting to get a little chippy here and there, but the officials getting over there quickly to make sure that things don't escalate.
Bo, I don't care what sport it is, basketball, whether it's football, the beginning of the third period, immediately after halftime, whichever team can set the tempo, set the tone of the game, because everything is kind of equalized and even back out. The fans are going to take a little time to get back into it. Which team can come out and throw the first big punch here to start the third quarter?
All right, here's a look at that QB comparison. Jacoby and Morgan with 66 passing yards. Kareem Key with -4 passing yards. Of course, Morgan has the 1 touchdown and 1 interception. Key has no touchdowns and 1 interception.
Yeah, his first interception of his career. Has had a pretty good start at quarterback, but not so much in the passing game today for Key.
Jackson State will start things off with a run on the right side by Irv Mulligan. He is taken down quick, fast, and in a hurry by number 44. That's Kane Warner getting the start today in place of
Good open field tackle. Hell, I take 6 damn yards.
Mulligan that time getting the ball to the outside, picking up positive yardage. He did not have Alabama State defenders meeting him in the backfield as he did early on in this game.
Second down, we'll call it about 4 on the play. Here's Morgan going to call his own number, and he is stuffed near the original line of scrimmage. Coming in there first is Rico Dozier to get the tackle for Alabama State. Third down, and we'll call it about 3.
Well, it's third and manageable. It's not third and long, so it's not a dire straight situation for Jackson State here. Let's see if they can pick up about 4 yards here on this third down. Chains.
Officially, there is no sun peeking onto the playing field now.
The sun going down. Here come the blitz. Here come the blitz.
Alabama State showing some pressure here.
Here's Jacobian Morgan once again calling his own number, but he's going to be stopped short of the first down marker. First on the play to make the stop, Raekwon Thomas.
Alabama State will blitz you.
There. Morgan calls his own number. 1 yard to go. A little decision here right in midfield, and Jackson State's going to decide to punt this one away.
Thought it might have been 4-down territory because of them being near midfield, but TC says he's not taking any chances.
Too early for that.
All right, so back deep for Alabama State. Once again, number 87, Robert McMinn.
He's had one return, another that he couldn't haul in. Let's see if he's going to call fair catch here.
And catches it right on the 10-yard line. A punt of 44 yards on the play, fair catch being made. Of course, they always tell punt returners, put your heels on the 10-yard line. If it goes over your head, let it go. He literally caught it at the 10.
So the Alabama State defense starts out with the 3 and out against Jackson State. That offense.
It's been a real defensive game, except for Alabama State was able to run the ball, but them running the ball has resulted in only 3 points. So
to slow down that rushing attack for Alabama State.
Jackson State had a great touchdown reception.
Where they were at halftime.
Morgan has thrown an interception,
some of that form that they had for the majority of the first half.
All right, Kareem Key bringing out the offense.
And Alabama State Key has thrown an interception. So both teams have thrown interceptions.
Juan Kinsey had 96 rushing yards in the first half. And they'll start off with a run by Kinsey. He busts it outside, but he will be taken down for a loss. And none other than Mr. Robert McDaniel making another huge play for Jackson State's defense.
And they brought a receiver in motion to be the lead blocker there for Kinsey, but he gets to the outside of his blocker, and he's met by a bunch of Jackson State defenders who bring him down.
Yeah, as soon as the Southern game come back on,
Alabama State,
I will turn it back on the Southern and Prairie View. It's in halftime.
The capital city.
It shouldn't take that long. I don't think Allcorn Band came. Somebody might correct me on that. Did Allcorn Band travel?
He averaging 185 yards per game in his 3 starts. Oh, -4 in the first half. I did not have that on my bingo card for today.
Me either, but let me give you a little coach speak. You got to take what the defense is going to give you as Daquan Kinsey once again attacking that left side. Really nothing doing. Maybe a gain of a yard on the play for Alabama State. 3rd down coming up.
And if you cannot convince this Jackson State defense that you have to
Allcorn Band didn't travel, so at the halftime will be a lot faster.
Their confidence is growing, and you continue to just run the ball. Right now, that advantage is going to Jackson State because they have shown that they are now ready and capable of stopping the run.
It's still in halftime.
Alabama State with twins to the top, twins to the near side. Gates in the backfield with Kareem Key. Passing situation appears to be for the Hornets. Here's Key stepping up out the pocket, and he's going to be tripped up, and he's going to be sacked on the play. Credit that sack right there. Number 39, Phillip Webb.
Phillip Webb.
So he had a receiver on top. Looking and thinking
That's
about
a big joker, man.
You see his eyes looking there. You see he's covered. He goes to take off.
Even with, oh my goodness.
Down with the shoestring tackle from behind.
Yep, if he doesn't clip those shoestrings, he may have a chance to make a play instead. Alabama State goes 3 and out on their first drive. And Tuck will come on to punt for Alabama State. Back deep for the Jackson State Tigers, it is Travis Terrell standing right around the midfield stripe.
Well, that's what we promised you. Promised you a lot of defense. We promised you you'd probably see more than 1 field goal, and you're definitely going to see some 3 and outs here as this ball takes a bounce across midfield.
And the ball will be down on the Jackson State 44-yard line. We'll be right back with more Swac football.
All right, I'm about to switch back over.
Optimized for versatility.
I'm about to switch over to the what's the name? Back to the Allcorn and Prairie View game.
$7-0 over Texas Southern, that one in the 3rd.
Okay, time now for the Swac news and notes, and we have our football players of the week on the offensive end. It's Alabama A&M's Donovan Eglin, 26 carries for 148 yards. Our defensive player of the week, how about Grambling's Andrew Jones, 14 total tackles, 7 solos, and 2 tackles for loss. The specialist of the week, Geraldo Beza from Jackson State, kicked field goals.
Hey, no problem, man.
28 yards.
Mark, no problem. Only thing I ask y'all to do is just subscribe to the channel and hit the like button.
Travis Terrell, I mean, he is something. He's about 155 soaking wet, but he can make it happen. And as you can see,
like I said, the Jackson State and
yards per punt return,
Alabama State game, it's all kind of
6 carries for 63 yards and 2 touchdowns. I mean, that's a day's work. Our SWAC news and notes brought to you by GM and the upcoming schedule in the SWAC as you take a look. Week 13, Saturday, November 23rd. While you're getting set for your turkey, it's Alabama A&M at Mississippi Valley State, then Prairie View A&M at Alabama State. How about Texas Southern and Arkansas Pine Bluff? Jackson State will travel to take on Allcorn State, and then you have Florida A&M and Bethune-Cookman. That should be a good one on ESPN Plus at 2:30 in the afternoon. Whoa. We will have a lot more coming up here at Panther Stadium as you watch the high school bands perform here, presented by Pepsi. What a great performance it is. We'll be back with more of our halftime break in just a minute.
They playing with my emotion.
The holidays. And holiday.
They playing with my emotions. I thought that it was what's the name? That's all right. Well, back to the Jackson State game. I think everybody's in commercial break. Oh no, that. I would turn it back. I thought. I know they had battle of the bands for the high school.
There's no foul on play.
All right, so maybe in the neighborhood of holding, but no holding.
Yep. All right, so we'll move on. First down and 10 on that following that first down run.
Hey, talking about Jackson State alumni, not an alumnus, but a former Jackson State player, Travis Hunter, now playing in Colorado, had a touchdown and an interception today.
Man, come on with that, man. I told you, this dude's a Jackson State hater, man.
New York, for sure.
What the hell that got to do with what's going on here?
4 weeks still left to play in FBS college football.
Nah, not a Jackson State alumni. Oh, I can't stand that dude, man.
Here's a handoff right there. It's Irv Mulligan once again, and he's met by those swarm of Hornets.
Jackson State doing a good job right there at the end to push that ball forward just a little bit right there to midfield.
Big Janelle Brown coming up with the tackle. Second down coming up. Looks like Mulligan's going to go out for a breather.
Yeah, they have not hesitated to continue to feed him the ball, even though it took a while to get things rolling. They know if you continue to go to Mulligan, you're eventually going to find some success.
So here's Jacobian Morgan. He's going to try to outrun that Alabama State defense and just gets out of bounds. Set up third and manageable. He's knocked out of bounds by
like third and 4. That's a good run.
Neil Brown was there, but just did not have the foot speed to keep up with Morgan. He was there on the penetration, but Morgan saw him and quickly pulled away and picked up a couple of yards.
John Roy, what's good, my brother?
Here's Jacobian Morgan. In the shotgun, he's got trips to the near side, single receiver to the top side. That receiver is the young man that caught the touchdown earlier, Jamil Gardner Jr.
Third and 3 right here. Manageable situation for Jackson State.
And here's Morgan going to try to call his own number. Spins out of one tackle, but he will not get out the clutches of several Alabama State defenders.
Running up the middle against Alabama State is not wise. You got to stretch them out.
Man from out of Tanner, Alabama.
Look at that. That's a grown man there holding you, brother.
Back of his lineman there kind of holds up his progress a little bit. Can't get that extra yard. We thought about 4-down territory on the previous possession. They decided against it. Maybe going for it here, or maybe trying to draw offside. They're going to go for it.
They will. 4th and short right here. And
that's first down.
Again, straight up the middle, and it'll pick up a first down. Move those chains for Jackson State.
So you see the confidence continuing to grow for not only the players out there, but the coaches deciding, hey, let's go ahead and go for it and try to create a little separation here.
And look, there was not that large of a gap, but somehow Mulligan got through it and just got enough yards to move those chains.
Yeah, Elijah Elmore was in the vicinity, tried to reach his arm out there, but that was a no-go as Mulligan picked up that yard.
Here's a play action. Jacobian Morgan's going to go deep once again.
Lord have mercy. Who you throwing the ball to?
In coverage right there for Alabama State, number 5. That's Caleb Alford. And I think Alford actually mistimed where that ball was coming, because if
we all
he kept running, he would have had a pick.
Yeah, it looks like he was going for a little stop and go, and then just never came back out of his break. And Morgan threw it, and it was almost a better pass for the Alabama State defensive back there than it was for his own man. But yeah, the timing off on that one.
2nd down and 10. Jackson State still on top, 7-3. We're live inside of new ASU Stadium in Montgomery, Alabama. Here's Jacobian Morgan. Stepping back to pass, going to throw it right across the middle. The pass is caught right there.
Oh, he gone. Oh, he gone. That's touchdown.
Slide by a bunch of defenders.
That's touchdown.
Out of bounds. That's a touchdown for Jackson State.
Man, that young brother was moving.
Pressure came
Good night.
Comes across the middle, right for those.
Oh, my goodness.
The pressure, he gets the clean catch. Gets it out to the sideline on the edge.
My goodness.
On the speed.
Mama, there go that man. An underneath route. That's 1, 2, 3.
Alabama State defenders.
4.
3 on that sideline.
Yeah.
Well, in bounds. That's good for
44 yards on the scoring play, and Jackson State looks to extend their lead. Already on top by 10. Looking to make it 11 right here with the extra point. It is up and it is good.
It's up
Jackson
and it's
State now
up.
leads 14-3 over Alabama State. They went 66 yards on 7 plays and took 3:08 off of the clock.
Wow.
Very similar teams.
I didn't expect that.
One thing that Jackson State has shown that Alabama State
simple underneath route.
Quickly strike for long touchdowns.
More Swac football coming up next. Stay tuned.
Tell me this. Why
I have no idea why that halftime is taking so long over there.
You can build
You're saying it's
the
on
best
commercial break.
damn car. Compromise nothing. Lucid.
Y'all see this? Patrick Mahomes is saying goodbye. People was tripping.
Where are you going?
He was actually saying goodbye to his old phone.
I'm switching to the amazing new iPhone 16 for T-Mobile.
It's the first iPhone built for Apple Intelligence. That's like peanut butter on jelly on go. Get 4 iPhone 16s on us. Plus 4 lines for $25.
I thought it would be
and save on every plan versus
halftime.
What a deal. That's a lot.
I thought it would be a shorter halftime, but I guess that they having them little kids out there. That ain't nothing wrong with it, I guess. But seriously, man. Now let's bring you up to date on some scores right quick. And it's not looking too good for UAPB. 24-6, Southern is winning. And halftime, third quarter, Texas Southern 7, Bethune-Cookman 7. The game we're watching, Allcorn 19, Prairie View 7 is at the half. And you just seen Jackson State take the lead, add on another touchdown, 14-3. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that other, with the, what's the name? Because all it's saying we're on commercial break. We'll be right back. But you know, ESPN Plus has been real gangster in a bad way when it comes to Swac football. It's like, yeah, you here, but oh well. Nice. It looked like they're getting ready to come back on over there on the Prairie View game. All right, so let me go ahead and switch it over to the Prairie View.
And then 2 field goals by Kiani there, Noah Kiani.
Now this is Prairie View and
how about this play?
Allcorn.
Kobe Cavill on the punt return. He would end up going 75 yards on the return. That put Prairie View on the board, their only touchdown of the first half. And then at the end, after the injury to the quarterback, the pass right there by Trey Lawrence to Caleb Anderson. 16 yards for the touchdown. Then another field goal from Kiani, and that takes us to the 19-7 lead that we have right now. Let's take a look at some of the statistics from the first half. Check out some of the key numbers, Jorge.
Well, there you go. I mean, again, you can see real quickly it's not a super offensive powerhouse first half, and that means the defense has both stepped up and played well. Again, you mentioned that big 58-yard run. You take that off of the Braves, and it's not all that impressive. But they have 192 yards of offense, and Prairie just 81 yards. That shows you just how great the Braves defense has really played. They have not allowed the Panthers to get loose. Just 63 in the air and only 18 yards rushing. That is a dominant defense by the Braves, no question about it. And again, you know, without that return on the special teams, this game is really, really lopsided.
Well, and the injury to Xavier Vaughn, we're going to see how that factors in the second half, whether or not he plays. But that we saw last week when Prairie View actually played Florida A&M, and they lost Daniel Richardson. That was huge in that game, and we'll see how.
All right, look like we got some action now.
But it will be
all
the
right.
Panthers from Prairie View to get the football to start the second half, and we'll see what they discussed at halftime to jumpstart that offense.
They're going to have to find some magic, and they're going to have to hit Burns on some big plays. I really think that's got to happen well. And again, you could see at the beginning of the game, Trajan Spiller, they've got some plans for him. They feel like he can make an impact because they were going to him early in this game. Whatever it was they saw, they got to execute those and get him loose. I think those are 2 key players, and then McDowell's got to still be strong in the run game. But they've got to find a way to make some splash plays.
So Noah Kiani will kick it off to get the second half underway. It comes down at about the 9-yard line, and Kobe Cavill again on the return. This time he gets to the 25, and that's as far as he will go. So nice coverage there by the Braves.
Yeah, they said there'll be no hole here to come running through there. We're gonna squeeze this baby. You're not gonna go anywhere.
So coming out on offense will be the Panthers. And what do you think they were talking about at halftime to try to get things rolling?
I mean, they had to be just going, we've got to execute. We've got to find a way to make a big play. And offensively, we got to find a way to move this ball down the field. We have to get it done.
So 1st and 10 for the Panthers with the ball resting right on the 25-yard line. Johnson in at quarterback, gives to McDowell, and maybe a yard. It can be 2 yards by the time they're done.
No.
Pushed by that offensive line. So
that's about 4.
Yeah, let's see where they.
That's about 4 to 5 yards.
It continued to go right there. A lot of pushing from the offensive line, and it's just a matter where they put it down. They're going to bring it back. Call it a gain of 3, almost 4 there.
I said 4.
Football, I think is what we just saw there.
4.5. It'll bring up like a 2nd and 5. So nice run there. So looks like Prairie View coming out trying to get physical here to start the second half. They put Lamage in motion. McDowell, pressure on Johnson, floats it for his big tight end, and
he got it.
Did he get the foot down?
He got it.
Yes,
That's a catch.
Ethan John with a nice catch over there. That's a big-time catch.
Oh, big-time catch and big-time throw, too. The Johnson they were coming at him. The Braves were blitzing full storm. they're trying to make sure that Peters had no room in that one, and he certainly delivered.
Yeah, that was Cameron Peters, who starts the second half at quarterback. We talked about what kind of move that Bubba McDowell would make to kind of try to jumpstart this offense in the second half. And now we know, as you see, it's Cameron Peters who comes on. He's 6'4", a 210-pound junior. We do have a timeout on the field right now called, but Cameron Peters, the young man from Kilgore College, he started before this year. He started earlier this year, so he does have some experience, has 802 yards and 4 touchdowns to his credit, along with 4 interceptions this year. So we are going to have a timeout on the field. We're going to take a timeout here, still 19-7, Allcorn State out in front.
Time out on the field. Restaurant style. Optimized for versatility, so Speedos can tackle every snack, big or small. Because if you're going to do something, do it right. Tostitos restaurant style, made for snacking.
Gatorade, the world's most superior sports drink, designed to rehydrate, replenish, and refuel. It fuels the best because it is the best. Gatorade.
I think Alabama State not having a quarterback is about to take a toll on that team.
We are not at all what you think.
That dude in the first half he had 1 pass for like -3 yards. It's just, the young man's a wide receiver. He took his talents over there, and the run game, Jackson State is starting to. When they made their adjustment, it's hurting over there for Alabama State.
Athletic Conference.
For 15 years, the Home Depot Retool Your School program.
Yeah, they starting to pressure him over there, man. It's not looking pretty for the young man.
Grants, scholarships, and career opportunities. Winning schools have seen their visions for upgrading their campuses and communities come to life through sustainability projects, as well as new places to connect, like innovation lounges and outdoor pavilions. As we celebrate 15 years of partnering with HBCUs, we're excited to keep the momentum going. Retool your school. We're powered by purpose.
Fun, memories, friendship. We're here for all of it. Here for the big moments and the small ones too. We're here for unforgettable triumph, momentary misfortune.
At a time before they wear that young man down over there.
Each day, chasing something great. Call it adventure.
Texas Southern has taken the lead over Bethune-Cookman. Texas Southern 10, Bethune-Cookman 7.
Have fun out there.
No change in the Southern score. 24-6.
There you can see a court going on as the it's not home.
It looked like it's going to be clinched.
We have a court every game again. And there was another one there.
That's how it's looking right now.
King and the Queen.
But hey, Valley won the game. Can't tell me nothing right now.
Royalty here.
You gotta get an extra steak with the beans and rice come Monday.
I tell you what, it's an enjoyable experience before the game and after. And now we're going to have second down coming up for the Panthers here. 2nd and 10. If you're just joining us, Cameron Peters started the second half at quarterback. Peters tried to get out of the pocket. He does, still on his feet. And he's going to be dragged down after a nice pickup there. But he made the decision to run with the football and made something happen.
Well, he did a full flip when he got through that. But watch him here now. When he decides, he kind of squeezes through a hole. You won't see that. But as he decides to break it, he kind of like tears off in that middle and kind of makes himself small as he got through and got a big first down or a big gain.
One of the Alcorn players is down. It looked like it's Cullen Scott as we take another look at that play.
Here it is. Now watch him. He kind of squeezes through there because there's a lot of traffic. And then watch when he goes down. He does a full little flip there. He goes down hard, but he gets some much-needed yards, and now they're in a manageable third down to pick it up. And again, I think every drive for the Panthers are important at this point. And again, can't say enough about how great the Braves defense has played. They've been solid defensive line, secondary. Every part of their defense has been incredibly solid.
Panthers making the move to try to jumpstart the offense with Cameron Peters coming in at quarterback, the young man from Missouri City, Texas. On third down, pressure Malachi got there, gets away from both of the would-be tacklers, still on his feet. What a run by Peters. And he's going to be a tad short. I mean, just like maybe a yard shy of that first down. But what an outstanding run. I mean, they had him in the backfield, got away from two would-be tacklers, and got very close to those sticks. It's going to be 4th and 1.
Two really good tackles. I mean, this wasn't just – watch what Peters does here. And Malachi, you're right. He was kind of held, but still got there, was able to hit him, came back again. That shows you how hard he works. He never gives up. And Peters didn't give up. He thought for sure he was going to try to squeeze out that first down. Just could not quite get there. But you can't say enough about Malachi Bailey. An incredible rush, and then just kept coming. You know, you talk about players who are different, and it's those players that just have that motor that just don't stop.
No, he was there, almost picked up another sack in the backfield. But you said something very interesting there, because he was being held on the play and still almost got the sack, got away from it, and then tried to come back and catch him downfield. So there's an injured player down there. We can see right here they're checking his arm. Well, looks like a tough injury there. Gideon Spotsville is the player down there, and he may have injured his arm. As you can see, that's what they're working on the most. And we hope it's nothing serious, but Spotsville, a 6'2", 280-pound sophomore, make it a junior from Baton Rouge, attended Southern Lab High School. And they are checking out that arm.
Yeah, it looks like the top of their shoulder. They're trying to put pressure on that as they were pulling him up. But again, very hard to decipher what's going on. But I think we're going to be able to take another shot here. Look at this here in a second. Here we go. And again, big number 95 is at the top there. He's one who misses this tackle right here. Let's see what happens. It must be on the fall as he's extended. Couldn't quite see him fall there, but it's probably he had that arm stretched out, and when he fell, that shoulder, he's certainly in some pain right now.
Big man hurt.
I'm not a doctor, and I'm not going to play one, but as a person who's hyperextended his shoulder on a play just like that, sometimes you can reach out, and when they pull away from you, it becomes a tough injury. But I want to know what you think about the move. First of all, they got a 4th down coming up here, and then we'll see whether or not Prairie View goes for it. But what about
Alabama State has kicked
to start the
I think you needed a spark. At the end of the day, you needed a spark.
My bad, it's made a touchdown. It's 14-10.
Your offense was just stagnant. Wasn't moving the way
Alabama
you need to.
State
So you had to do
scored
something.
a touchdown, 14.
And they bring in Peters, and certainly his effort, and just watching his 2 runs has been pretty impressive of how he has sparked this team a bit. So a big 4th down, and again, I think this is the right move. You got to go for it here. You're on the other side of your 50. You got to try to get a first down. If you want to win this game, you got to start moving.
So the Panthers with a key down coming up right here. They put a man in motion, and they give straight ahead, and it's McDowell. He's going to have the first down and more. So a great job. They did a great job with the motion to kind of get the defense moving the opposite way, and they go inside to McDowell, and he picked up the first down.
McDowell is best watched. There's no thought at all. I'm going straight forward. I am not stopping at all. And again, he does a great job of finding the little gaps. Just watch him move his legs. He never stops turning. Great job as a runner.
So Peters puts Cavill in motion, going to throw back to him. He does, and a great reaction over there by that defense. Markel McLaurin out there to just blow that play entirely up. So he read that all the way. He saw Cavill coming, and he got in perfect position to make the stop.
I'll tell you, I'm incredibly impressed with the defense of the Braves. I mean, it seems like they know what's coming. They were coached well. They're disciplined. And again, the tackling there was fantastic. You could see the read. They saw that screen coming. Even though there was motion, there was guys trailing that, following that, because they knew what was going to happen, and they were there to shut it down quickly.
A loss of 3 on the play, so 2nd and 13. Peters looking to throw. Now he scrambles. Now he's under pressure. Fires high down the field. Has a man out there, and he just floated it a little too far. They had some possibilities working there. Spiller was down there, but that one was just overthrown. But they had it.
Yeah, I can't help but think that Spiller, when he turned in to look, he's looking directly into the sun. And it may have thrown him off on where that ball sat a little bit, because if that ball was right on that sidelines And again, Peters did a good job with guys in his face. You see right there how he has to make an adjustment, and then he's kind of out of whack. If he would have been able to just keep running straight down the sidelines, that ball was actually
would have been a perfect strike. Looked like it would have hit him right in the chest. So 3rd down now and 13 to go to continue this drive. Peters will throw it again. Fires, and it's almost caught and then almost intercepted. Number 21, Andrew Smith, was the last one who had a shot at it. So that was a dangerous pass right there. And on will come the punting team. Excuse me, the field goal team coming in for Prairie View A&M. They will attempt a long field goal.
Yeah, watch this. It's Burns crossing here, and I think it's just behind him, and you can't, again, stop his momentum to get back to it. And you're right. That almost winds up being an interception, and we'll see if they can get this big-time field goal here from the Blues.
So Guillermo Garcia Rodriguez on to attempt a 53-yard field goal. He's got a big leg. He gets into this one, and it is going to be close, and it's short. It goes right underneath the crossbar right there.
That would have been a 50-yarder. He would have made it.
That was a good attempt, but he didn't quite catch that one because we've seen him for a long time.
I was going to say, you could tell when it left his foot, he just didn't get a good clean. It was right on target. He had a great game on it. He just didn't hit it sweet. He hit it a little off, just didn't get off his foot quick enough. And again, that's a big miss for the Panthers. And again, as we said it this entire game, the Panthers defense now has got to find a way to do something.
Yeah, he's got a big leg. He's definitely kicked from that distance before. And as you see, Trey Lawrence still in at quarterback, the 6'3", 185-pounder for the Allcorn State Braves. He came in midway through the second quarter when the starting quarterback, Xavier Vaughn, was injured. And he's done a pretty good job managing the game. And he threw that touchdown pass right before the half. That's really the biggest difference in this game.
No question about it. Again, what you want them to do right now is just keep, you want no mistakes and just keep the ball moving. And they're going to keep with those big packages of storming inside and see what happens.
Lawrence going deep, and it's going to be intercepted by the Panthers from Prairie View A&M. That's Kevin Davis.
What the hell,
Interception number 3 for Kevin Davis Jr. for Texas. Of course, he's the transfer from Northwestern State, coming up with a huge defensive play for the Panthers.
Well, I was just sitting there talking about the fact you don't want Trey Lawrence making any big mistakes. Just don't make them. And again, this throw was just really, he got bumped right at the end of his throw, and that may have messed up his throwing. But you had a guy basically sandwiched between a couple of defenders. Not a good choice to go to. And with the ball floating that far, you're really giving both defenders a good chance to be able to break on that ball. And it certainly sailed in.
And that was a punt on first down.
Yeah, it did. And he had been doing a really good job managing the game. And that's a big turnover. And it's of course, it's the equivalent of a long punt. So they will have a long way to go. At least the field position from that standpoint, it is like a punt. So 1st and 10 for the Panthers from Prairie View with Cameron Peters at quarterback. Hits Burns. Burns tries to split the defense. He's going to have a first down and a pickup of 12 yards on the play. So James Burns makes that catch and comes up with the first down.
Yeah, the way they've been going to Burns today is almost like he's one of those big 6'3", 6'2", 225 receivers, right? Because it's those shorter routes where you take a beating. Right there, he got lit up when he hit that ball. He kind of came off. You could tell he was feeling the pain of that catch. But I love the way he still got the 2-3 extra yards that gave him the first down.
Yeah, he rushed off to the sideline and took off his helmet, and now he's over there talking to the trainers. So Peters will throw it again, completes his pass. Nice move over there. It's going to be a gain of about 8, and he's going to have Spiller, who makes a nice catch. Trajan Spiller.
Yeah, and I can't say enough. I think Spiller, they saw something. They wanted to get him the ball and get him going. So they've got something special for him. We'll see if they send him deep.
This time he has the 3 receivers to the left. He goes to the run. It's Scooter Adams, and Adams is going to be taken down. Picked up about 2 on the play. Got close to the sticks. Did not quite convert the first down yet. So it will be 3rd and a long 1 coming up for Prairie View on offense. And they're going to bring in the big fella. Lamaje McDowell is now in the backfield with Peters.
Burns is coming back onto the field. That's good news for the Panthers fans.
We have 9:13 to go here in the third quarter, and a big drive right here for Prairie View. They just missed a field goal from 53 yards. They go to McDowell. McDowell has the first down, and he breaks the tackle, and he gets a lot more. So
Rumbling, stumbling.
Doing what he does best on offense.
Ran right out of his right shoe there. How about that for explosion? Watch him. Bye-bye, shoe. I'm running in socks. I don't care.
Yeah, he ran out of his shoe, but he didn't come out of the game. He found a way to get that shoe back on very quickly. So 1st and 10 for the Panthers from Prairie View. Ball resting at about the 45-yard line. And he's going to go. No, he pulls it out. Fake to the McDowell. Around the sideline goes Peters as he turns the corner, and he's going to pick up about 6. So he ran that zone read, stuck it in the belly, pulled it out, and picked up a nice gain.
Labaje was like, no, I want it. He almost didn't let him have it back out. And McDowell needs to tie his shoes a lot tighter if he put it on that quick, because he did. He just slipped it right back on. Like,
all right, it's 4th quarter in Jackson State, Alabama State, 14-10.
So 2nd down.
Jackson State is about to receive the ball on a punt.
The pass is complete. It was a dangerous pass, but a nice one, too. Ratliff trying to pick up a lot of extra yards there, and a great job by Jeremiah Ratliff. He completely got the first down and a little bit more.
You can see the spark for the Panthers right now. Ratliff just trying to get everyone excited. And I love the design of that play, because actually he goes in motion and he kind of wheels himself backwards and then starts coming forward. When the pass comes forward, he's already moving forward, and he's got his eyes moving forward. So he made those moves. It was a great job of him and design of the play.
There you see Edwards, who's made a lot of big plays today on the defensive end, and they go back, and now they're going to have a receiver pass from Heron.
Oh, man, he was wide open, youngster.
For Spiller.
Too strong, bro.
Going on right there. Chris Heron, of course, has some experience as quarterback. Caught that one behind with the backward pass, tried to hit Spiller in the end zone, and he was just a little too strong.
Yeah, and it's almost designed similar to the play you just saw, right, with success. So when you do it back-to-back, that defender bought in, he bought up, and he was burned. It's just you threw the pass way too far. But again, you had one going to the left with success one way, and then they did a great job setting that play up. Just could not throw the ball and get it connected.
Tavion Haney was the defender back there in the end zone with Trey John Spiller. And this time he's going to throw it off the zone read. No, now he's running again, trying to find somebody, and Peters just throws it out of bounds. Does a good job of just getting rid of the football there.
Yeah, and there's something to be said about the receivers for the Panthers, though. When they saw him breaking down, no one really came back to him, and no one kind of tried to get in that open. There was a wide open side of the field there, but there was no one for him to throw it to, so he just didn't throw it out.
Good decision on the play by Cameron Peters. And you can see right there, that's the beauty of that zone read. I mean, you have the option to run or pass, and he really gave every opportunity to run, and then he pulled it out. Then it looked like he was going to run, and then he finally just threw it away. So a big down coming up now, 3rd and 10 for the Panthers. They are in scoring position. They are in field goal range right now. Peters trying to buy some extra time, floats it into the end zone, and let's see who comes down with it.
Interception.
And it's taken away by the defense.
Well, he said
it hit the ground. Let's see, that was close.
He said it hit the ground.
Smith was there trying to intercept the ball.
That ref was right on top of it. He went running right in there saying, no, it hit the ground. There was no interception.
Oh, wow.
But they went up there, and it was a battle for the football. Andrew Smith thought he'd come away with it, but no interception on the play. It's just an incomplete pass. So now that we're going to take another look at Guillermo Garcia Rodriguez as he'll come back out. And this time he will try from 42 yards out to put 3 points on the board for the Panthers.
This is a tough one because you got to put that one that just happened moments ago behind you and just focus on this particular play.
So the 42-yard field goal attempt by Rodriguez is on the way, and it is good.
Good.
Gigi coming up with a great field goal for Prairie View, and they cut the lead to 9. It's now 19-10. The Braves still out in front. We'll be right back with more in just a minute.
Tell me this. Why can't a car with this much breathing room also take your breath away?
It's fourth quarter. Jackson State 14, Alabama State 10. Jackson State has the ball. Fourth quarter, Southern 24, UAPB 9. Third quarter game we're watching, Allcorn 19, Prairie View 7, 10, my bad. And Bethune-Cookman 7, Texas Southern 10 in the fourth quarter. So it's not a blowout, and nobody's getting blown out. It's all 1-2 possession games. So it's going to have to hold on. It's going to come down to the wire for that Jackson State game. But I still think Jackson State just going to overwhelm that young quarterback. They've hit him so hard and rushed him so much. But Alabama State is running the ball on Jackson State, which is kind of unusual. Alabama State had 138 rushing yards in the first half against Jackson State, which Jackson State only had like 30-something yards, something like that. So, but Herb Mulligan is picking it up. So he definitely has over 900 yards. So he will be a 1,000-yard backer unless something happens against the in the Alcorn game. Yeah, because both games on commercial now. Let's see. Hold on. Let's switch right over to the Alcorn Jackson State game. Just for a minute. We'll switch it back after commercials.
Snap, and Morgan is able to get on top of it. But man, running him down on that play was Alabama State's Amon Scarborough, who seems to always be near a football or a loose piece.
Alabama State was bringing some pressure from the side. You see it. It's going to come in untouched.
Wouldn't it be nice to see Jackson State would have to beat Alcorn to win the Swac?
So
and would vice versa, it would, depending on how it play out, Alcorn would beat Jackson State. Alcorn would beat Jackson State.
Great crowd on here.
Make them lose. The Swac.
All right, everyone, we're going to take a timeout. We'll be right back here on ESPN.
All right, timeout. So switch it back. I thought we'd get a little bit more action. The Alabama State fans looking worried. Y'all ought to be looking worried. Hey, me and your quarterback, even though he's fifth string, we can go out. I think I still got a little bit in there. Where's this thing at? Oh, this one.
Southern loses, and of course the last game of the year for Southern is in the Bayou Classic versus Grambling, so anything is possible with that one.
True. You can never count on anything on that.
Southern would have to lose. Well, I don't think Southern is losing today. I don't know. I done seen some wacky stuff in the Swac.
When it comes to,
but I don't think Southern is losing. Jackson State is in more danger of losing.
Southern, that's all that needs to be said. It just packs New Orleans, and it's a good time for everybody involved. So the carry right there by Anthony Williams.
Yeah, I have some friends and relatives that are in New Orleans, and they're law enforcement, and they say they have a book, like an encyclopedia, if anyone remembers what those look like, full of all the things that they need to do to accomplish to handle that weekend to make sure that they keep everyone safe and having a good time.
It's a big weekend. It is a lot of fun. The football game's there, but it's also a lot of fun for the whole weekend. So second down now and 8. And they go back to the running game again. He'll get up near the 30-yard line on that carry, does Williams. And he's another one of those outstanding athletes at Alcorn. We talked just a little bit about him in the first. He played receiver when the season started. Then they moved him to running back. He can actually play anywhere. He's got that kind of skill set. And now coming up with a big third down for Trey Lawrence and the offense. If you're just joining us, Trey Lawrence in at quarterback because Xavier Vaughn was injured in the second quarter. Omarion Blakes goes in motion. He tries to hit the screen over that way, but the Panthers from Prairie View A&M had read it all the way. I mean, they had that one snuffed out. And just a good defensive play over there. That play was doomed from the start.
You know, I think at the end of this game, regardless, both defensive coordinators after this game are going to be able to sit there and when they look at the film, feel great about their coaching this week, right? You go over tendencies, and when they do this, this is going to happen, and you got to be ready for this. And both defenses, you can tell when they see a play, they're sniffing it out, and they are on top of it, which makes it extremely hard as offense.
So Frank Rogers on to kick the football away. Short punt, but it takes a good bounce for Alcorn, and it's going to end up right at the 35-yard line. Rogers out of Union, Kentucky, 6'4", 210-pound punter there. He's averaging right at 40 yards a kick. And now we will see the Panthers with the football again with an opportunity to really make this thing even a little closer. As you can see what they can do with 5:23 to go here in the third quarter.
Well, I think that last drive was the most momentum we've seen that the Panthers offense have, where they looked like they were more determined and they had a little bit more of, you know, moving forward, quite frankly. And so we'll see if they can continue that on this drive.
We've seen a lot of really good performances today. I mean, like you said, the defenses have dominated, but there's been some great plays by those defenses. So here we go with Cameron Peters. Looking to throw. Spins it near the sidelines. Has Burns. Did he get the foot down? Yes, he did. So Burns is going to pick up about 8 yards on that one. So a nice play on first down.
Wow, and that's such a long throw. I mean, it's the wide length of the field. Look how long this is. He's on the far wide hash, and you're cranking him all the way down to that other side. Great catch by Burns putting that foot in.
Great catch.
So the Panthers on the move now as the clock continues to tick down under the 5-minute mark. And they go up the middle and a lot of room right there.
Oh!
The young rookie, the young freshman, Chase Bingman, a young man who I thought they might shut down this game because they were trying to keep him like in his red shirt intact. But what a run by Bingman.
Watch this hole right here. He comes right through it, just flying. He almost got through that. Looks like Joffrey McClellan is down on that tackle there. He got injured. He was one of the 3 Braves that were in the tackle there.
That is Joffrey McKelton that's down on the play, and we'll be back after this timeout. It's a 19-10 game. Allcorn State out in front.
Both games are in timeout. Jackson State is getting ready to punt with 12-18 left. They win at 14-10. And Texas Southern is up 17-7 on Bethune-Cookman. Southern looks like it's happy days again and smiling on the bluff. And so I don't see anything. What we got? Yeah, Southern got 10 minutes left also. I don't see anything gonna shake except Jackson State. They mess around. They're gonna end up what's the name? They better get their run defense together because Alabama State is definitely running all over Jackson State. I mean running over them. That's the only reason why Alabama State is still in this game. It ain't the passing game. The quarterback is having some problems. But the Kinsey from Alabama State, 11 rushes, 143 yards, and 1 touchdown. He's averaging 13 yards a carry. That's for Alabama State. So that's what's happening over in that game. The game we're watching right now, you can see it. Well, just as I spoke, Alabama State just fumbled the football. And flags are flying. My goodness. Look, you gotta have some discipline. There's too much at stake for these games right now. All this after the whistle, all these young men hitting each other. I understand it's competitive, But them 15 them yards gonna cost your team, and then probably gonna cost you to get out the game. Somebody better do something.
39 to go here in the third quarter, and it's 19-10. Alcorn out in front, Allcorn State, but here come the Panthers from Prairie View. The completed pass. It's going to be a short game, but it's a nice game for a first down play. Looks like it's Jace Medlock on the play making that big catch.
If the Panthers can get things rolling here and get points on the board, however they do it, this game really, truly tightens up.
Well, Prairie View's been a different team the last 3 games. They're doing that 3-game winning streak. They've been having a lot more offensive firepower, and they've been doing, look at this. How about this play? They're going to bring a lot of the big old offensive linemen out wide to the left. Bingman comes around in motion. Bingman has a hole. He gets through the hole.
You got to be joking.
Chase Bingman will take it all the way down to the 10-yard
line.
So
what happened?
The design of that play by Anthony Wheaton, the offensive coordinator.
That was spectacular. You line up all your big guys on the left. Looks like it's going to be for sure a screen. At the last moment, watch this. You have all your big guys on the left, so you got Braves running over there to try to cover for it. Once you do that, you put him in motion, and then he just runs it right up the gut. And you got tight ends blocking that to create that hole. You don't even have any big-time linemen out there.
Markel McLaurin finally made the stop as the football rests right at the 10-yard line. Might be just inside the 10. Looks like a first-and-goal situation as they give to Bingman again. But the most impressive thing about that was he had the speed to get through that little crease.
Oh, yeah. No, he's explosive. No question about it. But again, the design of the play, really, it confused the defense. You could tell they were all rushing to go cover those linemen because, and I'm really interested to see if the quarterback honestly did have a decision to make or it was just a design play to fake him out. Because you could see where that play would work with all the big guys on that side. And the Braves didn't have enough defenders over there. They were all rushing there last minute. You can tell the Panthers are pulling out all the stops right now.
So Jaden Johnson checks in at quarterback, and Cam Peters goes out as a wideout. They put Peters in motion now. Johnson will run
the
to
ball.
the right.
Run the ball.
Front, and it's going to be incomplete. He hit it in the end zone, could not hang on to the football. But another nice design to that play. And it's Spiller. He was trying to hit in the end zone. Ball was a little hot, but it was a catchable ball, it appeared.
I think they basically said, look, let's not leave any plays in the playbook just sitting there. Let's run them all out here. And again, great design.
Oh, yeah.
Just needed to catch that.
Yeah, that Spiller had a chance on Trey John Spiller had a chance on senior day to come up with a touchdown grab right there, and he couldn't hang on to that one. And Panthers now going to have a third down with Cameron Peters now moving behind center in the shotgun to take this one. So Peters back to throw it, gets it off quickly. Fires near the sideline and a dive for the end zone. He didn't get there. That's Jace Medlock. And so now it's going to bring up a fourth down. And let's see where they mark it. Looks like it's going to be 4th and 3 for the touchdown. And the Panthers will send out Garcia again. Garcia Rodriguez will come out to try to add 3 more. But what a drive.
A great drive. And again, I think if this was any closer, this would be an extremely difficult call for Coach McDowell.
Yeah, it's a 20-yard field goal attempt by Guillermo Garcia Rodriguez.
It's just about over with for
nice snap, good hold in his kick, and he splits it. So the 3 points are on the board, and now we have a one-score game. It is Allcorn State 19, and the Panthers from Prairie View.
Got a ball game, folks. Got a ball game.
That tightens things up. And again, for the Braves, if you're a Braves fan and on the sidelines for the Braves, all the momentum really has shifted to the Panthers. They feel like, they've been certainly moving the ball. The offense has been making some plays. And now, for the first time, really, I think it's the Braves offense have got to find a way to collect themselves. And as you mentioned, they lost their starting quarterback, Xavier Vaughn, early. But now they need to find a way with Trey Lawrence to get some extensive plays here moving and get a good drive.
That last drive, he played 62 yards, and it took 3 minutes and 50 seconds. It was really a nice drive before that 20-yard field goal by Guillermo Garcia Rodriguez. And now we have a 19-13 game. So just a 6-point lead with 1:33 to go here in the third. But you're right, since the loss at quarterback, the offense for the Braves is not clicking quite as much as well as it was when Vaughn was in the game.
Yeah, and I mean, Trey had the good touchdown pass, but after that, it's been kind of quiet.
So the Braves are set to return the kick. And this one goes high, and it goes through the end zone. And a nice job right there by T. Adams, watching it go through the end zone. And they will start on offense now. And we'll see what Trey Lawrence can bring to the table this time. And once again, it was the move by Bubba McDowell to go to Cameron Peters, and all of a sudden the Prairie View A&M Panthers are moving the football.
Yeah, and again, right now is about the time. At the beginning of we talked about guys to watch, and one of those was Fred Stokes Jr. For the Panthers. And this is about the time he usually shows up. When things get interesting, things get exciting. I saw him pumping up the defense on the side. We'll see what he does here.
Trey Lawrence keeps. What a nice fake by Lawrence, and he's going to pick up close to 9 yards on the carry. Actually, he got 10. Make it a first down. They're going to move the sticks.
Great fake. I was sold.
You got to put some points on this drive.
You know, when you have a couple of guys that they like to get the ball to on that jet sweep, and so you got to respect it. It was a good fake by Lawrence. This time he gives to Sewell, and Sewell cannot turn the corner. Nothing but purple jerseys out there.
But Trey does a nice job of keeping that ball kind of steady, so you really can't see where his hand is with the ball. He does a real nice job. He's consistent whether he's giving it or not giving it, and that's the key on these fakes, right? If you do something totally different when you're giving the ball and then something when you're keeping it, it's easy to identify when you're a defender.
So Sewell will check out, and Anthony Williams will check in at running back. Pass comes out here to number 82, Damian Jones, and a short pickup for Jones.
Well, that was a tackle. They were able to get him down, but if he could have kept his footing, he had some room there. But a great individual effort to get that tackle and stop it.
They have a lot of weapons on the offensive side as clock ticks down to the final 10 seconds here in the quarter, and you can see the Braves will walk over to the sideline as we will come to the end of the third quarter. And the third quarter that saw the Prairie View Panthers come to life a little bit behind Cameron Peters at quarterback.
All right, it's showtime.
It's a 19-13 game.
You got two games.
Allcorn State.
Both of one score.
We'll be back in a minute.
One score, but one touchdown. One possession games.
There are trucks, and then there's the
actually some action going on in the Swac. And that's good to see. Nobody just gonna roll over and give it to you. You got to take it. Let's switch over to watch Jackson State while this is on commercial. And they having a time over there with Alabama State. We will go back. Trust me, I will switch back.
They're wrong. Here's A.J. Gates. He's going to bounce it outside, and McDaniel's going to run him down. Maybe a game of about 2 on the play. I think that's McDaniel's
1.5
tackle now for Jackson State.
Yeah,
I will switch back.
Outside there, trying to bounce it out, but McDaniel able to track his man and keeps that to a very marginal gain there.
So Kareem Key trying to move this offense down the field. 8 minutes to go in regulation. Here's Key. Quick pass, and it's caught.
He actually caught one.
Alabama State.
All right.
Move them out of the -4 passing yards.
The man had -4 passing yards. Good Lord.
One thing he does, though, Mo,
good job, young bro.
Receiver. He kind of locks in on that receiver, but there was enough open area there. No defender able to jump that route and picks up the first down.
First down and 10 for Alabama State. Kareem Key stepping back to pass. He's got
no pressure.
Instead, he's going to step up. He makes a little quick juke move and then falls down after a gain of about 1.5 yards on the plate. Drew Thompson coming up with the tackle.
Did a little better job there reading through his progressions, but no one was open. And once he realized that, he tucks the ball in, and he takes off a couple yards. But it's
He a little joker, man.
On that previous play, it was Jalen Jones coming. Excuse me. Yes. On that
I will switch back to the Prairie View game. It's on commercial.
Jalen Jones, who I'm guessing is wearing a different jersey number today.
It happens, bro.
Yes. With that previous catch that gave him the first down. Now here's Aquan Kinsey and nothing.
Now, this is where Alabama State gets in trouble right here.
It'll bring up third down once again for Alabama State.
You only got about 2 more possessions for that. One possession.
Long fix the issues they were having on the right side of that Alabama State offensive line. No longer being able to eat on runs to that side. That's going to bring up a 3rd and long. And time starting to become a factor because
this is the first game
Jackson State to move the ball down
in the last 5 games that Jackson State has gave up any points in the second half.
Just over 6 minutes. Passing situation here.
Coming up after. Well, hold on. Let's get a penalty.
I'll start. That right tackle move.
Let's see what Charles Green has to say.
You can see the man moving. What the hell are you talking about?
Appearances today.
I had to say, damn SWAC referees be on something.
All right, so the snap infraction on Alabama State.
If they have to punt, I'm going to switch it back over.
4 times for 20 yards. And, of course, we can't have a SWAC football game without the official.
You're right. Without the officials doing something goofy.
Yep. It's just not SWAC football.
All right. Here, 3rd and 14, going to the edge, setting up that screen. Not going to be able to get the block to pick anything up there.
Well, it's on commercial over there. Allcorn is punting right now.
Wiggins coming up with the tackle as we take another look at this play here. Yeah, he just needed that additional block and just could not get it done and made.
Well, there was 4 defenders coming to that side, so you had to pick, like, which block am I going to make? And he went for the second, or actually 3rd defender that was trailing in, which allowed that 2nd defender to come up and make the tackle.
Hey, Tyler, I've got a score update for you. Final in Baton Rouge. Southern University,
Lay it
31.
Yes.
Arkansas Pine Bluff, 9. With the victory, Southern has now clinched the West Division title and will advance to the SWAC championship game.
Southern is in.
Camera, you can smile, Mo.
Southern is in.
All right, here's a deep punt here, and it is fielded by Jackson State's Janalian Dupree, and Dupree is taken down quick, fast, in a hurry on a.
All right. Back to the other game.
Was a 55-yard punt. That now we're going to have a quick flag before they can get the snap off. Frank Rogers. That was
I'm working it. So we can watch both games without missing any of the action. But as you heard, Southern is in. He said it was Clint Saturday. It's Jackson State, hold on.
That is rough.
Here it comes.
That is tough. So now you're going to go up and you'll have 1st and 15 to start this drive. As we see the freshman in the backfield.
Boy, them folks on Plank Road, you can't tell them nothing right about now in Southern. Congratulations to Southern Jaguars.
He's off the mark trying to hit Burns near the sideline, but he's a little too strong on that throw.
Burns totally different today. He's been doing a lot more out routes and a lot of shorter routes, and I really like him when he's coming across the middle or just a go route. I think the couple times I've seen him on a post route, he's been open and he's gotten that inside position. We'll see if they go to it here.
Yeah, that's interesting because Burns has been a guy who takes you over the top. He hasn't been an underneath type guy, and today everything that's been thrown his way has been underneath. And so now the Panthers on 2nd and 15. Cam Peters has some time. Going to float it out. Got his man, and it's a completed pass, and it's a 1st down for the Panthers. So way to convert Prairie View A&M as Jeremiah Radcliffe who's a little fired up there, came up with a nice catch for the first down in a big game.
A couple of big catches by Ratliff. And I love the way he's also, he's not going to make the play. He's energizing his team, saying, come on, let's go. Let's go. We got this. Watch the way he comes back to the ball. Again, I like him. He was looking off the whole way and then just throws it at the very end so defenders couldn't just play off of him. And he fights to get the extra yards for the first down.
Really nice pass by Peters, also throwing that to a spot right on the money with that one. So first down for the Panthers. Peters cranking it out there. Way downfield has Burns. And there he was. We were talking about Burns could take the top off of you. He thought he might have been interfered with, but they gave him a chance to make a big play, and they almost hit it.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was talking about, that post route. You just slant him in. He's getting the inside route. I think it just floated a little too high where the defender was able to get better positioning. But I like that.
Time. But make
putting the
these
fear in
possessions
the
count,
Braves
baby.
right there, saying, look, we've got
Leave
this
it.
again.
Hey, baby.
Peter's arm, wow, that was, 60 yards in the air, I think he was throwing there.
Well, it's a nice throw, and like I said, he got a lot of air underneath it. He kind of floated it a little bit. Napoleon Collier back on the defense for the Braves. So now you have a second and long, 2nd and 10. They go to the run inside to Bingman, and the freshman is pulled down by Malachi Bailey, who's been all over the place today.
Yeah, Bailey's had himself a game. He's who we thought he was. When we started this game, we talked about the fact that he would be all over, and he has been.
Yeah, it's just an outstanding player. He plays the run well. He
got,
does a great job.
3 minutes, 57 seconds
just
left.
So many things.
Jackson
We're going to
State
see him in the
ball,
Legacy Bowl, by the way. He's
second
one of the
and
guys
13,
who had an
second
invite
and
to the bowl game,
16.
so he will definitely be playing.
And the clock is moving.
Shamar Savage, who's not playing today for Prairie View. He had an injury. He was a game-time decision. He'll
2
also
first downs, that game is over.
Peters under pressure, and he throws it away. Burns is in the area, so it's going to go down as an incomplete pass. But good pressure on Peters in the backfield.
Start calling timeout.
He got hit hard right there. Yeah,
I'm talking about Jackson State game. I'm watching.
So that's going to bring up the 4th and 10. So good job. We keep talking about these defenses, but now it was the Braves' turn to come up with a good defensive stop, and they did.
They sure did. Yeah, now it's their offense. We'll see what they've got in them.
3rd and 13.
Efren
3 minutes
Hasso
left.
back to kick it away.
Jackson State has the ball.
No pressure again. Hasso
Looks like
gets a
Alabama
beauty.
State gonna get
He
this ball
sends it
back.
deep, and it's going to be fielded at the 25. And here comes the return in open spaces. It's Omarion Blakes with a very nice return to set up the Braves in great field position. We have 13 minutes left to go. It's still 19-13, Allcorn State out in front.
Fun.
Okay, Jackson State has the punt.
We're here for all of it. Here for the
Once
big moments,
this is
small
watching
ones
the
too.
punt.
We're here for
Once the
unforgettable momentary misfortune and the impromptu
Alabama
throw.
State, once Alabama State has the ball, I'm gonna switch back over because they're gonna punt, then it's gonna go into a commercial. But I'm gonna switch back over to watch Alabama State. They should have the ball with 2 minutes left, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, the ball's away, and it's down like at the 1 yard line or something like that, with 2:07 left. Yeah, Jackson State would have to lose both games, and Alabama State would have to win the rest of their schedule. A little hard work, but hey, it is what it is, man. Hey, anything is possible. Anything is possible. But like I said, once they go back to that game, I'm going to show the last 2 minutes. I will come back to the Prairie View game. Matter of fact, I'm going to switch now. Alabama State has the ball 1st and 10 at their own 4 yard line. Oh my gosh, we just missed it.
Ashton Taylor add 2 more points to the board for the Jackson State.
I'm gonna rewind it just a little bit
Can't take
so y'all can see what happened.
Jackson State bounced and down at the 4-yard line. So Alabama State's going to have to drive the ball 96 yards to find the end zone. All right, so here's a look at what's at stake. The Swac stand is
just the last 2 minutes. I feel bad for Alabama State, man, but they have nothing to hold their head down about. Nothing at all.
Alabama State still in the running, but they need to win the day, and they need some help.
You talk about that Soul Bowl. Alabama State's going to have to show us their 2-minute offense here. Something that has not been characteristic of them this afternoon, but they do not have a choice, Mo. They cannot just run the ball and let the clock run. We're going to have to see some passes.
Now, if Alabama State is able to score a comfort behind victory in this one, Jackson State will still have an opportunity to win the East Crown next week with a victory against Allcorn State. But I guarantee you, TC Taylor's going to tell you.
This is the play we just missed.
Now. Here's Kareem Key under pressure, and he'll be sacked, and that's a safety right there. Coming through on the sack for Jackson State is number 30, Ashton Taylor. Add 2 more points to the board for the Jackson State Tigers.
That's what we just missed.
Take that sack in that position.
No, sir, you cannot.
If you feel that pressure, you gotta do something. And you see here, just
comes unblocked.
Yep.
He comes unblocked on that play. The Alabama State running back decided to help chip with the defensive end, and that allowed Taylor to just run free and get the sack on Kareem Key. Now Jackson.
That's one thing you got to admire about Jackson State fans. They will travel. Salute, much respect to JSU fans.
You're still in a good spot from the way your defense has been playing. Take a look at this Alabama State.
A Chewy order for Cole is on the way. Because
back to the I'm gonna stop. Go back to the what's the name game?
Trey Lawrence. Back, he hands off to Williams, and Williams is going to be stuffed after literally picking up one. The ball is out, but is it a fumble? No word from the officials. I think he was down by contact, but Prairie View came up with the ball. Number 94, Tiago Sambo, and he runs off the field, but I still haven't seen a signal yet from the, and now he's got to go back. He was running off in the celebration, thinking he had recovered the fumble, and now he has to turn around and go back. So down by contact after picking up 2 yards on the play was Williams.
Yeah. Sweet news. I hear y'all, Mark.
Williams tried to bounce it, couldn't do it.
I hear y'all down there on Baton Rouge, down in Plank Road on the bluff. The Jags are in. Oh boy. Do you think Southern can beat Jackson State in Jackson?
Robert Edmondson.
All I'm saying.
Edmondson Jr. on the tackle, number 43.
He shot the gap, came flying in there, and again, great tackle, just grabbing his legs, spinning him down where he can't go anywhere.
Okay, we got a big 3rd and 8 coming up now.
Southern, man.
Allcorn State, Prairie View on the blitz. They did a good job of picking it up. Lawrence gets out of the pocket, but he's chased and it's incomplete. I mean, they had purple shirts coming from all over the place on that one. I mean, you just couldn't get away from them.
Well, you can't tell them folks are Southern nuts right about now.
The first barrage, and then as he got out, he was hit hard.
But Sweet Newt, y'all got 3 quarterbacks.
That's the amount of pressure the Panthers were bringing there.
Because y'all play all 3 of them.
During the play, the Braves did a great job of actually picking
it up. I tell you what.
But there was so
y'all
much
can
coming.
Contain Herb Mulligan.
You could only handle it so long.
Y'all it's going to be something to see now.
Getting out of the pocket,
y'all can contain Herb Mulligan.
Nobody open on that side of the field.
He got pretty much contained and shut down.
They'll have to punt the football away.
Now, he did gain some yards, but not like the Herb Mulligan. Alabama State
Panthers, he already has a 75-yard touchdown return on the punt return as he awaits the kick from Frank Rogers.
You know, so far, the story of this game truly, to me, is
I'm going to tell you this. Your quarterback play cannot be sketchy against Jackson State.
The Panthers' defense has had more pressure on them.
See what they did for Alabama State quarterback. They took his helmet off for them 2 points. Damn.
You can see they're still talking it over. as the snapper's trying to communicate with the punter here, and you wonder if they would even consider a fake at this time of the game with 11:40 to go in the game.
Which quarterback started today?
I wouldn't think so, but there was a lot
Which
of
quarterback
conversation
started
going on
today?
between the deep snapper and the punter. Gets the kick away. Little pressure coming from the outside. Nice high kick, sailing Cavill back, and he's going to let it hit. And it takes a huge bounce for Allcorn State. That one's going to be down at about the 1-yard line. So the second great punt of the day by Frank Rogers.
Look how that man punted that ball.
We're going to pause for a timeout. 11:23 to go.
What was that, about an 80-yard punt?
19-13. Allcorn State.
Okay, Woods played today. Now, Woods, that's the
A Chewy order is en route for Monkey,
well, I know
who
he all
loves to
red
climb.
shirt, but
So Mom uses Chewy to save 40%
is he from
on
Zachary,
gifts that help
Louisiana?
keep the tree
Alexander?
intact. And Monkey
or
good and
is he one
grounded.
from Baton Rouge? Hell,
For low prices, for holidays with pets, there's Chewy.
There's DNA. Then there's heavy-duty DNA. HDNA. It's engineered into every aspect of the GMC Sierra HD. With the pulling power to prove it. Tow hitches
okay,
of the
freshman
world
from Georgia. Damn.
for glory.
Y'all got so many quarterbacks.
Get 5.9% APR for 84 months.
Oh,
on
no,
Sierra
man.
heavy-duty Denali models. That's over 5,300 in average finance savings.
Wow. It's all right, though, man. Hey, say what you want to say. Nobody had Southern winning that division. Alcorn was supposed to win that division. I think Southern was supposed to finish like third or fourth. So, hey, that's why I tell people, watch their prediction. He says from Baton Rouge, yeah. And the other quarterback y'all got, he's from Louisiana too. Yep, you know what I'm saying? They predicted y'all to come in fourth, and now y'all the champions. Just like they predicted FAMU, Alabama State to win, and Jackson State to come in third. Jackson State is 2 minutes away of going undefeated. Even though they did lose again, Grambling.
When my hair started to thin, I thought, am I going to have any hair left?
After I gave birth, my hair wasn't even thin.
Everybody comes to
When I spoke to my dermatologist, he immediately pointed me in the direction of Nutrafol.
It's 100% drug-free and clinically tested.
Within
First down, I think Alabama, Texas State.
Academy Sports and Outdoors. Get the gear in here to have fun out there. Academy Sports and Outdoors, official sporting goods retailer of the Swac. Home Depot, powered by purpose to champion HBCUs. And Nike, official sponsor of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. We have 11:23 to go here in this ball game, and Alcorn State has actually led from the beginning, and they're still leading 19-13, but the Panthers have had a lot more life here in the second half, especially on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, they sure have. I mean, they found a way to finally get a spark. While defenses still have been the story of this game, great defenses on both sides of the ball. The Panthers' offense is woken up in this second half, but now they're going to have a real heck of a challenge there. They got to go 99 yards to get a touchdown. They're going to do something on this drive. They certainly don't want to 4 and out and give the Braves the ball and do field goals.
Yeah, that last punt by Frank Rogers was 73 yards, and it was down where you see it right now on the 1-yard line. What a kick by Rogers. He had a 55-yarder earlier in the game and came back with a 73-yarder that time. So here go the Panthers, 1st and 10 from out of their end zone, and a nice run on first down. And it looks like it's McDowell banging his way out to about the 8-yard line. Lamaje McDowell on the carry for Prairie View A&M.
That was an important run right there, getting out of your end zone. Again, great positive with 7-8 yards. Really good run. Great job by the offensive line on that right side of the line.
All right, this Jackson State game getting a little bit more exciting.
Elected here in the second half and has done a great job of running that offense. Now he's going to throw it. Fires near the
Damn,
sideline. And
they already crowned Jackson State.
To Albert Thomas, who
ESPN 2, December 7th.
Thomas, great job coming back.
Jackson
to the
State
ball.
wins today. ESPN
To
2,
the outside.
December 7th.
At all hands as led to
Swac football game, Swac championship game in Jackson.
McDowell came into this game third in the Swac in rushing touchdowns with 7.
Now this game is not over with in Jackson.
And they're going to give it to him again.
Alabama State.
And he dives forward at a nice run again. He runs hard, gets the most out of every opportunity when he carries the football.
That's crazy.
Again,
that's crazy.
So the Panthers, this is a money drive with the clock under 10 minutes to go now in the ball game. They have an opportunity to take the lead with a touchdown. So they put Ratliff in motion, comes back. They give it to McDowell. McDowell bounces his own man, ran into his own man and knocked him about 3 yards forward.
I was going to say that. He plowed through his own man, got in his way.
Well, if you block it from McDowell, you better block and get out of the way, or you're going to get hit.
Hey, let me switch over. This.
Yeah, here it is, right here.
Hey, let me switch over. It's 3rd and 2. If Jackson State get this, the game is just about over with. It's 3rd and 2.
Game will be seen live on Thanksgiving afternoon on ESPNU.
It's 3rd and 2. This fourth quarter, 121. They get these 2 yards, you can go ahead and hang it up.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Jackson State got off the ball pretty early there. There's no flag, but it looks like we're going to get that first down.
Absolutely.
Don't hit him, 85.
Got a little extracurricular afterward. I did see something, but I do not see a flag. However, on the play, Jackson State looks to pick up a first down, and that may be your clincher, Tolly.
And the Jackson State faithful are going to maybe question.
You see 85 almost hit that joker back, man. No, y'all got to have Jackson State. You got to get some discipline, man.
Player right now. The result of the play was a first down. So
yeah,
Jackson State will have it 1st and 10. And really, they can run out the clock after Alabama State takes their next timeout.
Yeah,
on that previous play, they really got off the ball really quickly on the right side of that line there, and they needed 2 yards, and they got about 3 of them, and that really puts Alabama State in a precarious situation. Just a minute.
Well, they say defense wins championships, and shout out to Jackson State pass defense because it wasn't their run defense.
Alabama State.
Herb Mulligan today was held to 45 yards. I want to say that's the lowest of the season. So Alabama State defense, yeah, I think it's 45. Let me make sure.
So it looks
43 yards.
We had a
Herb only had 43 yards today.
Here,
that's pretty impressive, man.
It's definitely up there at that point.
I will switch the game back.
You'd love to clinch these things at home, but they're going to.
Jackson State don't even have another home game. Shut up. You don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Do it on the road either way because today's a road game, and then next week against Alcorn will also be a road game.
Look at that. Don't hit. Don't touch.
In all of football, the victory formation as Jacoby Morgan lines up under center and takes the knee. Alabama State's going to take their last time out.
And there's really nothing you can do here. They're going to immediately take that knee and just let that clock run.
It's the Swac. You see some crazy stuff going on.
So Alabama State took their final timeout previous to this play. So, yeah, as you mentioned, there's nothing else that can be done, and the clock is literally going to run out. Jackson State's going to have to run one more play. Here's the snap. Jacoby Morgan takes the knee, and that'll be it. Jackson State has won the East Division crown, and there's a Gatorade bath on Coach T.C. Taylor. The Tigers will head to the Swac Championship for the third time in 4 seasons. They will beat Alabama State this evening by a score of 16-10. There you see Coach Taylor and Coach Robinson, 2 guys who told us this week they have nothing but respect and love for each other and what they're doing for their respective programs, especially since
look at them fight. Man, come on. Stop this.
Their alma maters. And Tyler, this is something you never want to see.
Stop this.
I understand that things can get a little shaky between.
No, number 7, you out the game next week.
Man, I hate to see this. Seriously.
Look,
yeah,
you out the game next week, number 7 for Jackson State. No.
Their feelings get the best of them in this situation.
Look, you out the game next week. You threw a punch. You throwing punches.
God, I hate
you
to
out
see
the
that.
game.
More fisticuffs going on. Guys pulling each other's helmets.
And if you're Jackson State, you don't want to get players.
You do not
this
want
is
to
sad,
get
man.
Suspended. And of course, as we look at the video,
yeah,
here,
they suspended for next week.
We'll take a look at this entire video.
Number 7 for Jackson State gone.
Presented to both Alabama State and Jackson State in this scenario.
Yeah, everything's on camera here, so you've got
number 7 gone.
A little smarter. You've got to have a little emotional intelligence in this game. I know it's hard. You're all jacked up. You wanted to win. Things didn't go your way.
Correct. And there's Coach T.C. Taylor trying to go get his guys all squared away. We saw Coach Eddie Robinson Jr. doing the same thing. Yeah, you just have to be smart in these situations.
You got to be smart, man.
I understand there's a lot of emotions that go on into games like this.
Alabama State did that on purpose.
These games like this or whatever. Yes, there's going to be a lot of emotion, but you have to be smart in every single scenario. So this game is over. Jackson State has won. They have defeated Alabama State 16-10. Jackson State has won the East Division.
Look at Alabama State, man.
They're playing their 3rd SWAC football championship.
There is no reason for y'all to do none of that, Jackson State. You won.
And
you won, Jackson State. There's no reason for none of that.
Cooler heads have now prevailed since all that steam got blown off. Doesn't appear that anyone was.
Number 7 for Jackson State.
And also, you see both head coaches really going side by side.
I hate to see that, but that young man is not playing next week. And then you got to throw fines.
The headmen of their programs.
Look, it's going to happen. Football is a sport.
Correct.
This is sad,
sport.
man.
You've got to get jacked up to play. It's hard to.
You cannot do that, man. Don't. Man, you playing Alcorn next week. There's nowhere in the hell you want to lose to Alcorn.
Everyone's going to be okay and live on to see another
day. Punches, man.
But we don't know if some people might miss a game. We'll have to see if there'll be.
Ain't no might. Somebody is missing a game. All them punches.
Correct. We'll definitely be paying attention to what comes from the front office of the Southwestern Athletic Conference.
You had Otto Brand right on over to the sideline. They mad because they couldn't beat you.
Are handed down. There could be some suspensions, and some of these guys for Jackson State may not be able to play against Allcorn. Some of these guys from Alabama State may not be able to play against Prairie View. So
come on, man. Now, who has more to lose?
Well,
Jackson State has more to lose when it comes to
No, not at all. Not at all. Got a chance to see Dr. Charles McClellan the other night for Thursday night football in Huntsville when Alabama A&M.
You know, hell with them commentators. Come on, y'all. This is what we do not need. Either team. It was a well-fought, hard game, and they're going to sit there and taunt you into fighting. Knowing that you are the champions now, what do they want to do? They want to stop you from playing in the next game. Alcorn Jackson State, hands down, is probably top 3 in HBCU, damn near in college when it comes to rivalry football games. Regardless what the records are, nobody wants to miss that game. Lorman is going to be over 21,000 jam-packed up in there, but the players from JSU, you have way too much more to lose than going out there and getting involved in that stuff. Yes, they mad. Come on, man. Y'all, man, if y'all know them people, bro, talk to them folks, man. Don't throw that away. Everything is on camera. If I seen them number 7 from Jackson State with his helmet off throwing punches like that, you don't think that the SWAC is going to go frame by frame looking at who started and who did what? Come on now. Don't throw your last game or 2 away over something that you want. Man, y'all should have took it straight to the house, man. Don't do that. That is crazy. And see, you can tell coach he's mad and he's disgusted. And I don't blame him. Because who you going to lose next week? That's crazy, man. And look, last week, FAMU and Prairie View, they had the same thing. We better than this. And I understand about competition. But you can't sit there and do no crap like that. You embarrassing yourself, number one. Now you most likely got to sit out the next game. For what? Something that you won? Man, you better wake up. And I understand that by somebody hitting you. They've been trying to fight you for the last 5 minutes of the game.
To 10. Got those 2 big touchdowns and that safety by Jackson State.
Hey, Coach TC, can you hear us? Hey, Coach Taylor, it's Mo Carter. Can you hear us?
Doesn't look like at the moment he can hear us.
Hey, Coach C.C. Taylor, congratulations on winning the Swac East Division Championship. Just give us your overall thoughts about the victory today over Alabama State and clinching this division.
Wow, what a game. What a game. I can't say enough about, we always talk about defense winning championships. We've been doing some great stuff offensively this year, but hats off to Alabama State defense. I mean, it was a great group over there. They fought us hard all day. They created turnovers. But our defense stepped up today. And that's what this team has been about all year. We had each other back all year, covering one another, and they just kept saying, offense, we got you. And they went out there and found a way, to close this game out for us.
Coach Taylor, this is Tolly Carr up in the booth. For the first quarter and a half, Alabama State really seemed to have your number. They had a lot of success running the ball on the right side.
Tolly Carr's a Jackson State
somewhere late in the second quarter, you guys seem to wake up both defensively and start to win some of those battles and offensively. What was the difference there?
Yeah, I mean, we always talk about the team that can make an adjustment in championship-type games, and that's what we did today. I think Coach Quinn
frankly,
did a heck of a game.
I agree with you. Alabama State did start that fight.
Well.
But you can't react when you're the champion.
They're a stout group. They was able to bottle up Herb Mulligan for most of the day, and that's kind of how we hang our hat on with that running game. But we were able to generate a concept right there to Jamil Gardner. Great post route, much-needed touchdown. Janalen Dupree made a play on the slant when we needed and ran with the ball after that. So it's just was adjustments we made in this football game in order to win.
All right, Coach, we'll wrap things up with this. With you winning the East Division title, you are guaranteed another game, and you'll also be facing another rival. So in back-to-back weeks, you've got Allcorn State next week, and then you'll take on Southern, who clinched just a few moments ago. Talk about the mindset going down this final stretch.
We're looking forward to Alcorn. That's a big family rivalry. That's going to be a great football game. We'll travel down to Lorman and play those guys next week. But it's all about the championship game for us, too, as well. We've been working our butts off all year long, and that's our goal, to play it for a Swac title. And we wanted to play at home in Jackson. That was one of our goals. That was big for us. It's hard to beat teams twice. I know Southern is a good football team. They're going to come ready to play. They're playing great football in the second half right now. So, we'll get back in here in the office, these coaches, and start game planning and just continue to take it one at a time. We'll start, like you said, with Alcorn next week. Come back and start game planning, getting ready for that big one, the Swac championship. But I just want to thank God, my wife, she's been at my side, my son, both of my sons, and all the support from these fans. They really was the energy that they brought today was unbelievable.
All right, thank you so much, Coach Taylor. Congratulations, safe travel, sir.
All right, thank you guys. Appreciate everything you guys do.
Hey, no problem. That's Coach C.C. Taylor, the head coach of the Jackson State Tigers, your East Division champion. What a game today here in Montana.
What a game. You ended up with that mess.
Mo Carter, your final score, Jackson State 16, Alabama State 10. This is the production of the Southwestern Athletic Conference.
All right, let's go back into it's about 5 minutes left with the Prairie View game. It's the Prairie View game.
Jump past the ball, quite frankly, right there.
It looked like he was reaching back for the ball, and I don't know if the contact caused him to go past the ball or not. It's hard to say, but now that's going to set up another 3rd and long. They had a good shot at a touchdown there.
All right, here we go.
3rd and 24 in the
Still one possession game.
There's going to be a timeout called on the field, and they're going to talk about this a little bit because that was very, very close to being a touchdown. I mean, it really was. But what about, we just talked about Malachi Bailey being the Gatorade player of the game, and he comes right back and think about this. What if Peters would have had just like a second more to throw that football?
Yeah, if he could have followed through, right, at the end of the day, right, because he knew he couldn't fully step forward because Bailey's coming right in his grill. So that changes a little bit of how that throw comes. And, we talk about catchable balls, making it easier for a receiver. And, again, that was going to be a tough catch. Watch. He just schools the tackle, and he's coming right at him and then backs off. And then watch as you go down the field. No, you don't get to see it, but just could not bring that thing home. Now, I'm wondering right now if the Braves say, hey, we can't allow those kind of big plays. And if you're the Panthers, do they give you some more room underneath, which allows you to make a better play and try to get that first down? You got 2 plays to get that first down here at the end of the day.
Well, and it's interesting because James Burns is coming off the field, and I guess after that long pass, he looks like he might have been shaken up a little bit because he's down on his knees on the sideline, has his helmet off. And now we got that 3rd and 24 coming for the Panthers. Peters stepping up in the pocket. Gonna gun it. Has a man over there, and it's almost caught, but broken up by Napoleon Collier. What a great play by Collier. He was trying to hit Trajan Spiller, but Collier just knocked that one out of his hands.
Oh, how nice was that?
That was a nice defensive play.
I mean, he literally smacked that ball out of his hands. And again, put on the money. And just rips that ball right out of his hands, gives him no chance to pull it in. I don't care how strong your hands are to be able to get that. You couldn't pull it.
It might have been a tad behind, late with the delivery, but that ball was there. He had it in his hands. He was squeezing it, and just a great defensive play to knock it away.
Hey,
so the Panthers will have to punt and defend.
Valley fans still don't know they won the football game yet.
So the kick by Efren Hasso goes high.
I tell people I'm the only person on the internet that say Valley going to beat somebody.
Came down right around the 10 and didn't go anywhere.
Well, I think he's under pressure watching the other punter knock it down to the 1 twice.
Really good job on that punt as it stops right at the 10-yard line. That'll be interesting. And we can see now, you can see Bubba McDowell choosing the punt. I guess you have 4th and 24. You don't have much of a choice, but he does putting his defense in position to get them the ball back now.
His defense has been the how this team's been built today. I mean, they have played fantastic with their backs against the wall all day. They've come through, and he's like, you know what, guys, give us one more shot. But what a drive right from the 1-yard line. They still did a great job of moving that ball down the field.
And a big shout out to the 2 defensive coordinators today, Dion Roberson for Allcorn State, and then how about Alvin Fosselman for Prairie View A&M. Both men have come into this game today with great defensive plans, and they've really panned out on the field.
Big stop by the Panthers right there, just allowing 1 yard. That play had originally looked like it had more room and something could spring there, but they shut it down as quick as it opened up, and again allowed Trey Lawrence to go nowhere.
So Lawrence has found himself in a tough situation. He's had to come in the game for the injured Xavier Vaughn, and it's a very tough thing to do. You know, he had to come in the second quarter. You don't get that many reps during the week when you're the backup quarterback, and he's relying on his experience today. So on second down, they go to the jet sweep. He's loose in the backfield and dropped. That is Caleb Anderson, who got away from the first tackler but could not make it by the second one. So Anderson goes down.
Again, Fred Stokes Jr. was a part of that team that blew that up a bit. Watch Stokes Jr. He comes right out there, makes him go wide. And again, great discipline. They have support on the outside, made him turn back inside and shut that down before it got rolling.
I'm going to check that. That was Tyler Macon. It's 5 instead of 6 again on the carry right there. So how about this? 3rd and 11 coming up for that Prairie View defense. It's a huge play for the offense for the Braves, and it's just as big a defensive play for Prairie View A&M if they want to have a shot with 3:54 to go in this ball game. And we have a whistle before they could get the snap away.
I think time ran out.
Yeah, it's an illegal procedure. Too much time. They didn't snap it. That's huge at this point in the ball game. You know, when you need to execute clutch plays, so he's going to back them up 5 yards. Not going to make the task any easier.
Yeah, you let that play clock run out on a play like that. That is rough, and that gives the defense a little bit more time to just rush.
So Trey Lawrence again looking to throw it quickly, fires high, and it's incomplete. Was trying to hit Macon again, and that's going to be the Prairie View defense coming up with a big stop. They've done that a lot today. They've had some key stops with 3:38 to go in the ball game, and they're going to send Kobe Cavill back to return the punt. The young man who's already ran one back, 75 yards for a touchdown.
Fred Stokes Jr. leading the parade of partying, coming off that after that big stop. And again, how about that? Just 3 and out, freezing him. And Coach Bubba McDowell believing in his defense, seeing what he's been seeing, how they're playing, puts him out there, punts, pins him back. Now he's going to get the ball back with 3:38 left.
Well, Cedric Thomas has brought his team to Houston ready to play. No pressure on the kicker, but we had a whistle before, and the flag is down on the field. We will see what that one's about.
Delay of game, offense.
Another delay of game. So the delay of game again on the Braves. So Cedric Thomas is not going to like that, but I mentioned they came down here ready to play, and nobody comes here expecting to lose your starting quarterback, and that's exactly what happened to Cedric Thomas and the Braves today. So here we go again. We're going to run it back, 4th and a long way. This time he gets it away quick. It's a high kick. It's going to be a little short, but he takes a good bounce. Cavill might have touched it. Cavill may have touched it. It's a loose ball. I think we'll see who comes up with it. If Alcorn recovers, it's going to be their football, because what Kobe Cavill was doing there, I'm not sure. But it appeared he touched the football, which would have made it a live ball and would have allowed the Braves to recover it. And the officials are unstacking. Could be the ball game, depending on who comes up with this football.
Well, I think what Cavill was trying to do, he sees how good a bounce this punter gets on the ball, and he was like, man, I just got to stop it from bouncing another 20, 30 yards down the field, right? And he was trying to get in there and grab it, which was just on the play before that. On the last one that went down to the 1, he got away from it, and he was mad at himself because it went down to the 1. And I think this time he tried to stop it.
We're going to take a look at it again. Still no signal from the officials. The Braves are running off like they have the football, but the officials are talking about it. And there it is, a quick signal. So it is Alcorn's football.
Wow. Covered by the kicking team. Therefore, it'll be first down Alcorn at the spot of recovery.
Well,
so Allcorn State, what a big mistake by Kobe Cavill. I mean,
boy.
That one, and that's going to be a huge play with 3:22.
That's all right, Alcorn. You might win this one. You can come on, sit on the couch with me and Valley.
You know, and we gave our player of the game to Malachi Bailey, but you know who else would be in contention? That's right, Frank Rogers.
Yeah.
Frank Rogers has done an incredible job today. He had the 73-yarder that was down on the 1. He had a 55-yarder that was down inside the 5, and then he had that one that really kind of forced the action on that play.
Because you could see it was going to bounce another 20 yards or so, right? He's already shown you that's what happens when he punts. And so Cavill was like, man, I can't let that happen. And really, he just needed to stay away and again, trying to do something too much. Now the defense has got to stop it again.
So Lawrence goes to the ground game, and guess who's in the game at running back? You don't have to think about that. Truck Griffin. Game time, the game is on the line, and Truck is in the ball game. And I'll tell you what, look at the offensive line right there taking control. That was Steve Carter, who did a really big thing for Allcorn State. I don't know if you saw him there, but he had one of his offensive linemen who was about to get into something. He goes, grabs the back of his shirt, throws him back in the huddle. Said, no, we don't need that right now. 2:52, 2:50 and counting as the clock continues to tick, and that was Truck carrying the football there.
Yeah, it's big Cameron Richardson he was putting back, who's lined up as a fullback. Again, you got 7, 8.
30-second timeout. Prairie View.
My gosh, you got 10 linemen in there with one running back and a quarterback. I mean, when I say that's a meat team, I don't know what, I mean, cargo. Maybe it's a cargo.
As you watch Coach Bubba McDowell right there, that punt return is going to be huge. I mean, that may have been the ball game. We'll have to see how it all shakes out. But that's a big play right there. And the thing about it was Cavill came in to touch it, and right when he made the decision to touch it, it was just a great hit. He got hit immediately, and then it was just a scramble for the football. And then the Panthers almost got it back. But there was a fight for it down there, and then Alcorn came up with a great recovery.
Yeah, he needed to, again, he was trying to make something happen. I understand exactly what he was doing. But you gotta think better and not allow that pressure of the moment to let you happen. Look, at the end of the day now, the Panthers defense has got to show up and get another stop.
They go back to Truck again, and Truck is through the middle of the line when he just about broke that all the way into the end zone. I mean, someone had him there, and they just barely got enough of him to get him on the ground. Let's take another look.
Look at the big guys going bam, 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 right there, right through. I mean, he's 3-4 yards in before anyone even gets close to him. And again, this is basically they're running a goal line offense, and they're just going to keep running it.
Sumbo got a hold of his jersey, ripped a little bit off of him there, and got just enough of it to get him on the ground.
I think Truck is looking for a sponsorship. It's like, I'm a generic Truck until someone puts a name on me.
Wow, that was very close to being a touchdown for Allcorn State. So now it's second down as they come back. We got 2:26 to go.
Now the question is, does Southern have a chance against Jackson State in Jackson, December 7th? Yes, I know the rivalry is coming up, and I'm looking forward to it.
So this
I
time
will
Lawrence
be at the
gives
Bayou
to Truck
Classic.
again. Truck goes straight ahead.
I don't give a
He's gonna
damn
have
which
the first
team
down
wins.
for the Braves.
But
it's going to be very close to it, I should say. He's
start
right
thinking
at the
about
sticks.
this.
And they're going to eye it from long
FAMU
distance there.
Do what Alabama State did
No
today.
signal yet.
And
It's
still
gonna be short.
lose.
It's going to be about a yard short.
I gave you the stats from Irv Mulligan.
Less than a yard for the first
Irv
down.
Mulligan,
And this first down,
22
as we hit
attempts,
the
57 yards. He averaged
timeout
2.6
here
yards
in the
a
fourth
play.
quarter. It's going to take us to break. We have quite a finish setting up here at Panther Stadium in Prairie View A&M. It's 19-13, Allcorn State out in front. We'll be back.
As I was saying, does anybody think Southern has a chance against Jackson State in Jackson? You have to play the game. I'm just saying, Southern is on a 5-game losing streak. The way JSU played today, I don't know. Look, I know some of y'all may be new to the channel, but I've been saying for the last month that or maybe more, Alabama State defense was just them people. They was just them dudes. And today they proved what I said, because people telling me that Jackson State defense was better. Now, granted, in the last 5 games, Jackson State has only given up 7 points in the second half. I got that. But Alabama State defense, to me, was always better because they could stop the run. And you can see today, Irv Mulligan was held to 57 yards. But not everybody in the Swac has a front four like Alabama State does. That's now you can try to load the box with other teams. I just don't see Southern having that defensive line. Now Morgan, I was shocked that he was able to complete some of them pass plays today for them touchdowns. So now Southern does have the best pass defense in the SWAC when it comes to passing. I will give Southern that. But hey, it is what it is, man. Yes, Alabama State did play a hell of a game. That, I'm not making no excuses for them. Trust me. Because I got told folks at the beginning of the year, I looked at Jackson State team, then I looked at the rest of the teams, and I said just my prediction was Jackson State would win the SWAC. Oh, the game back on. 2
minutes to go in the game, and Alcorn State looking at a 3rd and 1 to keep possession of the football. And
That's
it's gonna
touchdown.
be 3rd and touchdown. If he can stay in bounds, and it looks like Truck did, it's Truck Griffin who can really move. And, boy, he's a key player on this offensive team. And what a play there. It was 3rd and short, and he takes it all the way into the end zone for a touchdown, 21 yards for the touchdown.
Look at that beef just going at the point of attack. And, again, once he turns the corner, he knows he's in for the touchdown. I think he almost decided, well, should I just go down or take it for the touchdown? He's like, no, I'll take this from the house.
That's a wrap, man.
I want a touchdown.
So the 22-yard touchdown, that's official. 22 yards by Truck Griffin, taking it in for the touchdown and putting Allcorn out in front, 25-13 with the extra point pending. That was a 4-play drive, 41 yards, and it took 1 minute and 30 seconds after what was a muff punt. And the kick by Kiani is good. And now it's a 26-13 game. And we were talking about what a game of inches this is. Because the Prairie View almost hit on a touchdown to James Burns, came very close, and then the muff punt allowed Allcorn State to recover the football, and then Truck, that's what I was going to say Truck Robinson, because I'm used to Truck Robinson from basketball, but Truck Griffin is your guy. I mean, and he is as advertised today. You know, we've mentioned he plays running back, he plays tight end, he plays wide receiver, and they said he's just a hard-nosed. I think the best compliment he could have gotten from his coach was, said this guy could have played in the 80s. He's that kind of throwback guy.
Yeah, no doubt. And Coach Thomas, you mentioned it earlier, had his team ready 100%. And I'm not sure where they came up with this. I'm just calling it a meat package because I've never seen that many linemen on the field. Literally, I think they had, 10 offensive linemen on with just a quarterback and a running back. They line up in this kind of pyramid-looking, backfield there, and then they just run pound. I mean, you imagine you get through as a linebacker, and you've got a guard that's got a head of speed coming at you as a lead blocker. Now, granted, they're not super fast, but, man, 300 pounds running at you, that's not cool. And then if you can get by them and get to a running back who's going to truck you over, that's rough.
Well, that's about a wrap.
So the Panthers will get away. This one went out of bounds, so it will be a penalty there. So good job that time by Cavill. Just
I know Allcorn is kicking themselves right now.
Letting it go out of bounds. And so now Prairie View really is looking at an uphill battle here.
Well, now it's there is no doubt about it. It's going to be, strike.
Free
Right?
kick
You're
out
going
of
to have
bounds.
a big play, and it's got to happen fast if you're going to have a chance to make this
By rule.
happen. So,
The ball will be sliding
they're going to be
30
coming
yards
at
from
it.
the kick.
There'll be
First
no
down.
quitting the Panthers, but certainly just the scoreboard says you that there's you got to have a little bit of a miracle going on.
Well, they definitely had their opportunities in this ball game, despite getting behind 13 points. I mean, they were down 10-0 early, and came back strong. And Peterson gave them a lift to start the second half. There's no doubt about that. But that punt return was a key play in this ball game as Peters tries to look downfield, and this ball's tipped up and almost intercepted by the Panthers. That is Demarion Edwards, who got his hands on it and then almost made the catch.
Yes, Marion Edwards has had himself a game as well. I know we talked about Malachi Bailey, but Edwards certainly he's been very active as well. You can tell he's an emotional player too.
Well, and when you look at it from the Allcorn standpoint, it's been a complete game in every facet of the game, because we talked about the punting game. We talked about the defense. What about Trey Lawrence coming into the game, having to step into that load at the quarterback position? This one is into a crowd, and it's going to be incomplete. He was trying to hit Burns, but there was a lot of white jerseys there, and it goes down as an incomplete pass with 1:40 to go in the ball game.
That's a tough one to complete because you got Burns, who was way outside the numbers, and he's slanting in, and he's really slanting into several defenders. That's a tough call for Burns, but I'll tell you, I love him. He is so tough. Not a very big guy, but he is tough. He will go across the middle or wherever you need him.
Yeah, Ethan John and Burns wide to the left, two more receivers wide to the right. And Peters is going to throw underneath, has Spiller, and Spiller's going to be first down as he's pushed out of bounds. So that will move the chains, and it's a first down for the Panthers. Clock is now, you're not just playing against Allcorn State, you're playing against the clock also. 1:34 to go in the ball game. 26-13. Allcorn out in front as Peters gets the Panthers to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, the Braves are just going to give them everything short they want and just kind of umbrella it and keep you underneath.
Peters again. Back to Spiller. Can't handle it. Off the hands and out of bounds. So Spiller's had a tough time hanging on to that football. He dropped a touchdown earlier in the ball game. And now we're getting down to 1:29 to go on the scoreboard. Panthers are taking their time to reset. I tell you what, I've been very, very impressed with both teams, but Allcorn State has really looked like a team. That defense has been something. And he dumps it off, tried to get it to McDowell, but throws it into the ground. So incomplete. So that will bring up 3rd and 10.
It's kind of like you know that the Panthers, they know they need something bigger, and they really don't want to settle for these dump passes. And so they're just inaccurate, a little bit inaccurate, not quite what they want. Last few passes haven't been quite on target.
Well, you don't have many plays in the playbook that are good for a 53-yard touchdown. And here comes Malachi, but he got away from it. Great job by Cam Peters. I mean, when we take a look at that again, you're going to see Malachi Bailey shot out of a cannon. We got flags all over the place. But Malachi was in the backfield, had a great shot at him, and Peters got away.
You know, Malachi, I've seen him do a bunch of different moves. He does swim moves. He does bull rushes. You do something called an olay. He does this little olay thing where he goes around. I don't know what he calls it, but to me it looks like an olay where he gets around the guy. But right there, man, he just did one quick move, a step to the right, and then just came inside hard.
Take a look at that.
Watch him. Boom! Well, he just came right around him. That's
there are 2 fouls on the play, both on the defense. Holding, number 11, decline. Personal foul. Number 15, continued participation without a helmet. 15-yard penalty for the end of the run, first down.
So that's going to help out a lot. A personal foul going against the Braves. So that's going to bring it down to around the 32-yard line. And more importantly, it's going to be a first down.
Well, the Panthers got to score quick. I mean, they're going to have to get in the end zone quick, and then they're going to have to obviously get an onside kick.
The foul by 15 was a personal foul.
1:16 to go in the ball game. They trail it 26-13.
It's at the 32-yard line of Allcorn.
De Silva getting set to snap the football to Cam Peters. Peters again has to step away from Bailey, and another flag is down.
He may have got off a little early. Man, he was flying.
Yeah, you saw where that flag came from. He's got a quick first step. I mean,
5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
It's going to remain first down.
It looks even quicker when you go before the snap.
Well, I hope he gets an opportunity to play on Sundays, because that young man has a lot of talent. He shows, and he's got the motor that you need. He's got that set next level type motor that never really stops.
When you get D lineman, and I've seen him play on the outside, and he also plays in a 5 technique just inside that tackle. So he's moved around that D line. He doesn't just sit on the outside as a 9 technique.
So Peters to throw again, looking deep downfield into the end zone. Burns caught it and dropped it. Couldn't get his foot down anyway, but he went up high and caught that football, had it in his hands. I think that it was Spiller, might have been the intended receiver over there, but it goes down as an incomplete pass.
Yeah, and again, just a little too far wide. You can tell there's no way he's bringing that down inside. Spiller.
So second down, 1:05 left in the ball game.
Yeah, pretty much. The game is over.
Panthers, that's the great thing about college football.
Prairie View lost this
many
one on that punt.
opportunities to stop the clock that you don't really have to rush. And here he goes again. Peters on second down fires a strike. That is another first down to his big tight end. And look at the power shown right there. You just catch the ball and then you hit your ride with your offensive line. They'll move you downfield.
Well, you know what? To his credit, though, he started that movement, and then his lineman got off behind him.
Ethan
and
John.
helped push it. Yeah.
Ethan John on the catch. Another first down. We're under a minute now. Clock ticking down to 47 seconds. Panthers needs to hurry now. I mean, this is the point where it's not stopped. And they're kind of playing like it was stopped, but it was not stopped. The clock is restarted after the ball is set.
Yeah.
Peters again looking inside. It goes off of the fingertips of John. Tried to go back to him real quick. Now we got 30 seconds left in the ball game.
I'm going to say what John did before was like I used to love bumper cars, but I didn't want to be the car getting bumped. He was the car.
Alcorn will move to what? 6-5, 5-2 in the Swac. Prairie View will move to 5-6.
Now football right at the
3-4 in the Swac. Now Prairie View likes to fight.
Peters looking
and
around.
Alabama State likes to fight.
In the second half.
So they play next weekend. I can only imagine.
In the end zone, he goes high, and he would have had a shot at the touchdown right there. A better pass. And Ethan John would have had a chance to get it into the end zone.
And FAMU likes to fight too.
The Braves have kind of left Ethan John open. They don't really consider him a big weapon here. And that middle is open. Here's a shot of it right here. Again, he's looking to the right first, and kind of dials it back into him. And I think maybe he didn't fully set his eyes on John. He just kind of knew where he was going to be.
That one's too high. This ball has to be in the end zone at this point with 26 seconds left to go. If you want to have any shot at getting an onside kick and moving it in position, this throw's got to be in the end zone. So Peters back to pass on third down. Under pressure. Now he's going to have to run it. And now he's going to get caught. No, he throws, and I don't know.
That's some stand-line football, huh?
So he did a good job there. And now we're down to the final 17 seconds left in the ball game. So Cam right there, he just put more time. He just didn't have it, and was trying to buy some time to see if someone could break open in the end zone, and it didn't happen.
Well, you know who we didn't talk a whole lot. We mentioned at the beginning that they missed, Savage, Shamar Savage. That he is such a weapon for the Panthers, and especially in the second half here. I've really, thought, wow, there's several times they really could have used him, and they certainly miss him as a weapon in their offensive firepower.
So 4th and 10 coming up for the Panthers, but we have 17 seconds left in the game. He puts McDowell in motion, and here comes Malachi Bailey, and he got him. Malachi Bailey, what a fitting way for Allcorn State for this.
I think Malachi Bailey gonna have the success next week against Jackson State.
Making a big play, now has 2.5 sacks in this ball game.
That's a wrap, Slick.
He's been relentless, and just come watch him. And again, he's done that outside move again. He looks like he was gonna turn.
That was supposed to be a double team.
So he's got a great burst as he comes around the edge. And what I do notice, he just uses a lot of power. He doesn't really too much use his hands a whole lot, but he finds a way to get it done. And again, player of the game closes it out with a big time sack.
9 seconds left.
Yeah, and he did so much for them today. I mean, we could say so much about the impact he has made for the Braves today. I mean, he was just such a force defensively in everything that they did from a defensive stand, from an offensive standpoint that Prairie View did. They had to do something about Malachi Bailey to know where he was and do something to try to contain him. And so the clock is ticking down. Final seconds, and Allcorn State hoping to keep hope alive, depending on what happens in the Southern game. What the final is, they did their part.
Look how goofy that announcer is. Southern already won about a half an hour ago.
26-13. Give me your final thoughts. Put a bow on this thing for me.
The bow is great defense, can take you to the win no matter what. And both defenses played exceptional. Again, but the Brave defense did what they needed to do at the big time end of the game, and they played a great game. And they came in ready, and they come out with a win.
Thank you for everything, my friend. So for Jorge Vargas and our entire crew here at Panther Stadium, I'm Butch Alcindor saying so long from Prairie View, Texas, where the final score is 26-13. The Allcorn State Braves come out on top tonight. All games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.
All right, there it is. You see it. That was it. Now, let's go ahead on to the people that's just joining. Hey, my name is Orange G. This is the Orange G Swac Sports Network. Please hit that like button, share, and subscribe. Now, let's get into the actual, I guess you can call it recap or today's scores or whatever you want to call it. And where's it at? And that crazy fight, man. These were the games that we had today. As you can see, we can start off with and if anybody can actually tell me they had Valley predicting to win this game, please let me know. But anyway, let's start with that Valley game. 24-21, Valley ends FAMU's 23 home game winning streak. Daniel Richardson for Valley was 18 of 24, 259 yards, and 1 touchdown. Somerset, the running back, 4 carries, 87 yards, and a touchdown. And for Valley, what's his name? Rembert. My bad if I'm butchering your name, young man. But he had 7 receptions, 130 yards, and a touchdown. Jackson State versus Alabama State. That was a game that we watched, and that was just so horrible to see them young men out there fighting. But ended up 16-10. Morgan, the quarterback for Jackson State, was 8 for 13, 129 yards, 2 touchdowns. The running back for Alabama State, Mr. Kinsey, 13 carries, 144 yards, and a touchdown. The player of the game was Mr. Dupree for Jackson State. 2 receptions, 75 yards, and 1 touchdown. The Allcorn Prairie View game that we just watched. What was that? The quarterback, Mr. Peters for Prairie View, was 11 for 25, 118 yards. Truck Griffin, 12 carries, 66 yards, and a touchdown for Alcorn. Reception, Mr. Burns for Prairie View, 6 receptions. What was that? 52 yards? 92 yards. 52 yards, my bad. And Southern don't have it. Okay, do have Southern, which is a SWAC. I forgot to say Jackson State is the SWAC East champions. They will be hosting the game December 7th against Southern. Southern beat UAPB today, 31-9. Mr. Higgins was the quarterback for UAPB. He was 14 for 27, 216 yards. Mr. Curry for UAPB, 17 carries for 85 yards. And the running back for UAPB, 1 reception for 85 yards. Damn, Southern, hey, I guess y'all was outgained, but y'all still won. That's all right. And Bethune-Cookman versus Texas Southern. And Texas Southern ended up winning 17-14. And Ransom for Bethune-Cookman, 18 for 28, 197 yards, 2 touchdowns. Referno for Texas Southern, 22 carries, 129 yards, 2 touchdowns. And Huggins, 4 receptions, 97 yards, and 1 touchdown for BCU. So that's pretty much everything for Saturday. If you know somebody that's a Valley fan, has a Valley t-shirt on, tell them congratulations. No, real talk, if you follow my channel, if you know anything about my Instagram page and look behind me, if you see I have all 12 schools, I represent for all 12 schools. The football helmet that I have, all 12 schools, their stickers and logos are all over here. So I have all 12 t-shirts. And it's no big deal. I'm happy to see Valley won a game. But what's her name? I love. She's coming on live at 8. I think she said she's coming on at 8 tonight. So make sure y'all check her out. But hey, it's time to party and celebrate that Valley won the game. I gave you the rundown of scores, but catch me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 o'clock going over Swac sports, not just football, basketball, baseball, volleyball, soccer. I do them all. But thank you all for joining. Once again, please hit the like button on your way out and subscribe to the channel. We do a lot of Swac stuff around here. Until then, y'all have a good night and stay blessed. We up out of here. It's time to go party like it's 1999. You're more than welcome for all the people that said thank you. That's right. Congratulations, Valley. Yeah, we're gonna drink us some Old English 800 tonight. What y'all know about that? Y'all have a good night.